Loloa, hoso fomina, aoita, wale bawa, toomana. Fai ngofi, fai ngata, lo fai le para, atunua, sele motu, mafutanga. Solo mayas, olanga. Ayalo na lele, kele tama, pia avea, boy find the say. Etawai, alva ai, tau na faisa umai, yanu oaso, te iane, fukitu mai. Kele mana ate na papolona. Tasi wena faiai Awale fefe fai mai samba natu Ua e fuli tua mai au Tatu ui natu ai e alu Te tamu tunga o mana ona Ule pea oi lo sauna tonga Yoano nei mafatia Dise ua fai noe matia Ola nato fa Italia Atamai, efo ila umai, aole aso, embo watu, toyo mai. Kuna mai pe, mai mani, elofa na faifa kasin, oli atu, fofoga, naya biti. Ayuri lea, ono sa. Mai na tanu bilang alo yung fiber Hotel Novo at Hawaii Lalalang matalang Suwiya yung umatan Aole fiber Doon ilalo masiyasi Kele mana ate na pagpulongan Tasi wai la faiai Awale fefe fai mai sama natu Ua e fuli tua mai au Tatu ui natu ai e alu Te taunu ungai o mana ona Ule pea oi lau sauna tonga Yoano nei mafatia Ise ua fai oe madia Ola lato fa Italia Isetene Aola Mutu Esili ona fa Fo ita isi okumu Isetene Aola Mutu Esili ona fa Fo ita isi Ona la malea oe Ita fa moe moe Olea ua o sau Male fasi mamoe Male pepa vai moa Osi upipi Tate ai ai E fatele lava oe Luciana Luciana Soia que ona ota Goiama ame a pepa mamoelo E mammalea na ua Avama fulana pepelo que la umaya que lava oe ma Leao ya ikala pepelo por musifelo Ota maise mamale nawa abakule Isetene Aola Memika mikana ufale aka Nesi umaya ina fa Regioa ere kafia pasi ale Ita isio Que fa atali lava se Saure Luciana Luciana Soia que ona ota Goiama ame a pepa mamoelo E mammalea na ua Avama fulana pepelo que la umaya que lava oe ma Leao ya ikala pepelo por musifelo Ota maise mamale nawa abakule Isetene Aola Memika mikana ufale aka Nesi umaya ina fa Regioa ere kafia le pasi ale Ita isio Que fa atali lava se Saure
Si Aoauli e uangi sa ono fo mawhaatali tali La ono fo mawhaatali male ona sai I le fia maua o se iunga tamusu e se me whaai uputa Uai ubale talu ai lo wha maua nunga Aue ta whaongai ole afi afi A o pua tangata whai mai o tamai tai Pai e a ona ole ale ai Se mea se I tau wha pupu ai O aso a pupu a ua tele le fia tau mawhai Pe tau I manula telu nei upu Na ole tami mawha upu Se te patasi mai a oe Lo uau Le tau I vinga male tuli tuli O manatu lava le pe tau I Ole ia o tangata whai mai o tamai tai. Hai ea ona ole ale ai, se mea se I tau whaapu upu ai. O aso a pupu a ua tele le fia tau mawhai. To find my own tamai tai. Vai ea ona ole ale ai, se mea se I tau whaapu upu ai. O aso a pupu a ua tele le fia tau mawhai. Haue ta whaongai, ole a fiafi. Tangata whai mai o tamai tai. Vai ea ona ole ale ai, se mea se I tau whaapu upu ai. O aso a pupu a ua tele le fia tau mawhai.
Tasilima I watolu amo. Radio Samoa.
Tangmila wala wan sila Radio Samoa le divang ola so le wa join lus fulu vanu minute o na tale o ling tula e tasi ape o lua minute o tang le afol se fulu mo le lua fi filanga ngai fa tala fatu e la mai mo la fa fuga ngai le divang ola uli a fenga yele tudu ba vai ainga ma finga manolo mai nga wenga chuche ma finga lo filimba e pingol sam talia mai le tau na le la si uli me fo le divang ola holy Matango fila solo mai o ave o le la I manu kau nei tālo sia. E o le nafo I wha mangwai I tātou tāngā mea. E mabawai I tātou tamam tina ma tuala bafat whanau le lofo le tua. I lufsu I inga winga o le tau I peo le tātou yei le amatalia o le vai tau o le tau bafat whanau. E mobo on wha malo anto le talenga I ate te pera yei le tau maftanga mai le tau na li la. Si I rime fo I stimulate ma anto le o tātou maftai. Le divang o la woli si I lia fo I le July 5. Le polka la medeo le Aoauli ma Fofogamua. E le mawheo te ua. E le tātou wha talofa ma le tātou wha tulima. Ono pa I le tua. Le da fo I wan tāperina I le na upfolafola. Mo lana ekalisia. I le whai ungo le reifo I viaso. I ma no lava le tatalo. Ma no le on sa I talo si olo maua le soifua ma lo noina. A wale tua ma lo na whira ngalo. Pa anga masani le tātou wala leo ta mama tina ma tua. Pa talavanti ya te ulua. Ya te oepo o le tau whala. E se papa vo le ngivaengo le Aoauli. Ua maua se tau mawhtanga se whaasili ngā malosi. Ua anto ta maiti avatu se tau mawhtanga mo oel tamapo oel tina. Ale ai vili ai whaamaratu ai sole. O le olar kouka maa, o le olar kouki ngā. Ua le maua lo le malosi maua kupe olo whapenga. E la ngantai leo le malosi le nuu talo si o le daianga I antu I ngā wenga wha. Wow. Le nei fo iwa yasu mo mua o le masino November lua afe lulima I alisi fo o whana wa onga o le dangwa amatalia la tau suenga I le nei fo yasu ono nei o le masino November o le aso o le aso mo mua o suenga pe umalawo le NCA level 3 leo amatalia mai le aso ana nafi Ia, o le tulanga nei tauna manga whangafa masila fia tātou mātua, o fia ele mea ngai kauku wanu yei si au kama, si au wāntali, ia, ma si au wāwhawhine, po si au tamatene, o alu e whai mea onga pe e se le wharaki whanga, o le naianga ia tia ile nei vai tau o ala tau su enga. I la wauli nei o lau te whaitau atu, i lunga o tātou upenga te whailang. E whapea mai le tala, tele i la tau na loka ina i leo i le pōna pō, i le pitonu u leo Dunedin. Ia, o le no whanga fo i lele pō le awala le no fo ita mai tianga i antu le Universitea o Otago. Ia, o le tele i la tau, o le na tawhana ina mea whapapanga i malu o le malo. Ia te ula ia ia o ngā le ave o le ula itina ave taloka. Se i whai eisa o inga, o leo tangata soifua, ia e leo tangata fo i ea fo, e tawhana iei mea whaapapa. Ta ilo e le taupitonu uana po, ala maa taupitonu. Wa amatana tau whaititi, ale tele o mea whaapapa, pe a fua antu yaso o tōna yatu. Ta ilo iei pe maa fua ona ole a vea o whanau la iti matangata mātutua ili taminei. Ia po ole a whaina o le tamau ainga o New Zealand, le pe ona moli mawina mai le nā tausanga, e o mai lava i le nei a tausanga e pe ona tātu iei. E pe ona o whaiatu. E mo ia e pāpā mea whaapapa. Ai ua le toi tutusa le tele. O mea whaapapa na whaapapa ina le tausanga tēnei. Ia mala isi i fia. 5 tausanga le 10 tausanga tuana i atu. Pe a whaatusa le temi le. E wa ai nofo. Ai nofo mai mawhau i. A whi o lau. O lau a fwoi. O lau mea whaapapa ngang whaakawi 5 sfutana whaatitainga. Ia nana umana po. Umalau 5 sfut. Ia a whai se lau tala umana po. Ia uma foi lau se lau kala. Ia le na ai ei la le pili o lea ua te pena. E le vanga whai le New Zealand First. Le sunga ia wawasa mana ia Winston Peters ma le vaenga le New Zealand First. E tapuai. Ia le toi au maia ma le toi whaatawina i tono New Zealand e tangata lau tele o mea whaapapa. Ia o lo te pena ia le na pili pe o na whaalau lo mai le deiva yasu. E le taitai o le vanga whai le New Zealand First. O mafuanga e ha o tangata mātutua. E a whaina i le tātau lātou whatu, e le ngata i leo la whaina o lātou talinga. Whaopopo atu lola iai, ma le wheme mea i o mo meo o mat, ia po an tātou whangawhau. E a whiai ia mo meo taifau, o pusi. An wantu ai mo meo māmoe, an wantu ai solofanua, ia o mo meo povi, wa lei longa se mea soleanga iai. Ia nai mea whanga fo i e po o nei whanga whau. I le pōna po. Pā mai luma, pā mai au kawhai ole. Ia mea whapapa. Ia na o le tangi ama, ia mami mingi solo le, mo le mea whanga whau le pōna po. Ia, ai mana tuana. E le na o le tasi le pōle whai ele mele. Na amatama iai le vai aso fo i le leo le diwali. Le turu o Intia. Sau ilau. Se ia o mea le pōle na wha mutai le wha tawina. Ia, arwantu lo le temine se ia o tulawa le kiri si mas. Ia, e pule alka malo makupo le alki me whaapapa, ianga me whaapapa. E si tanto whanta dalila, pole a se tulanga, a le afu i se tein, e o ontua i le soala upule ina o le tanto muta upule da, e te tonu o le pāle mene o le sila. E le ngantailea, so le awhai o elena e mawhauwhau te mano le loto i le pōna po. E le aima sesi o kako. Na taula talanta le sa o ana numera i le whailonga mo le loto i le pōna po. O le ala, ua toisi i ti hantua i nei, le whailonga mo o le loto. Ua o tu fo i le tūlanga fo i le ua mantua mawalunga le tūlanga le wai. Fa se fulu miliona tala. Fa se fulu miliona tala i le whailonga mo na le loto le whailonga o le vai nei. Ia, mai ele i o le kaimi fo i le ua tauna manu malo aisis. Awa o le afo whailonga pito i sili o na te le. Lenta ua mai i na manu malo ai i atangata e to lua. I le tausanga e lua awhelu sfut. 5 miliona tala le na vailu tutusa ia ila unai to lua. Le na manu malo i le whailonga pito sili na na mawalunga. O le tātou loto i nei sila. O le tausanga na se i mawai atu nei. O le whailonga mua le loto. E fas fuluma le 5 miliona. Ia ai ila mai si me whapopo na whapopo atu iai. Le na maua i se tasi o ainga i le tausanga na se i mawai atu nei i au kilani. Le tino i tupe fas fuluma le 5 tesi maleono fitu miliona tala ni sila. Ya, o tele o ventu a me talu a mama le ai. O le na fa matala tu la vai me na tupu mai le po se ia ria mai le. So, ya fa foi la na ma ngoto na la ufia. La limas furka la po la se la ka. Ai le ai ya se come back. Ya, o lo no winga. Wa ko nga fa sa fu. E pe fa pe foi le toita alo ile fa ngol le yes. Ya, wa tanga tale tangul so fuang. Pe ona tanto mo le mawina ile dei vai tang ole tu sanga. Ya, fa solo tu ile si va ngalo tu vai tu lunga I. O le wa mantona fa I lo mai. Ya, sui o Aula Kapi o le Super Rugby ya New Zealand. Lua Feluono. E peila o nei ai stasi leo to marban o le peleki tu sanga o vai. E li o nani lau mapi le nanga yantu do e mamau. Ya wa fo ia sa linga manuia. O le lana toi fo I mai. Ya ma ta no ile NPC le tu sanga le dei tono New Zealand. O le le fa mele fa mtalanga ua saini lima nei le li o nani lau mapi. Ya ma le kalapu ale Moana Pasifika. Ma le tua tau sanga fau lela fai si malo longa ala sunga I le ka peteni le man Pasifika ma le tau sanga nei ma le tau sanga le sunga ya Ari Savea o le fa pe le amalanga tu Ari ia malona ainga ia tunu mamau fai ye sina malo longa I masu e singa kupe fasili o le lai te tawai ona mo mia nisi tangata I longa e ma tangata le lei tono le tau whenga le mana Pasifika I le tau sanga fau o leisi vaenga leo te vai e tue lungai. Ia. E whionono lava nisio alo le tātou uturu. O lefa pele on fitfilia mai le tele o nisio. Au. Alenga o le se taimi e whailo mai e ia au ale uturu. O lefa pele on whailo atu se taimi mua. O leisi isu I fau leo te vai e tue I sa ta alo foi. E le o le peleki tau sanga umawai sa anta ano foi le Auckland Blues o le sunga ia Augustin Pulu o le aua filifili nei e le Moana Pasifika ia manatua le au le Moana Pasifika e tu fatsi ai ia lo le tantu turu Samoa ia male turu o Tonga ia ona maua I le o le tantu au na le Moana Pasifika e to telefui la to o le o tu ua ia le Moana Pasifika I le nei fo ia tau sanga o le fa moe o le fa pele o le fa ai lo mai ia le au le Hurricanes I link to line tasi le au le nei o le Chiefs ia I link to line loa ma le Crusaders I link to line tolu o le Highlanders ma le Moana Pasifika le mai o le fa ai lo mai ia la au tapena ai ia le tausanga fou mo le tātou tam sangana o le Super Rugby Pacific e pe ona sauni atu iai. Ja, o nisi nao tala mo oe le di vaenga o le Aoauli. Ja, fai wa umaru te milancho o levan tauna I tue tā pena. Oso I tono o lau tā vale pe wha mau leino noa o se vai. Ja, ma ea ngai atu loa I tue wha awau. Ja, o ngā ruenga tiute. Ja, ma fai wa no filima o le nei aso tofi. Kua lava ngā whee.
Awa te ata se I whai o la tala. I winga o le nei o langa. Le lile nei o whaamana ia. E mali e fui ana whainga. Wale longa sao tanga a whai. Wailo atu la malo whata whai. Te rule usa wali whaatino au. To leo mea na pei o le au. Wa'alata o le fuia I resi. Wa whaapena. So leo nahi au whengi. Wa ele se I tau tala samo. Petali ai lo manao. O tene me eno whamanawa. Ai ua lewa whaina tau tala. Nei to vai fale le tau sala le na e alua e o oe wa e whaata whai solo a wawa vangai o lonto o oe wa e le mautonu o le a e li lotu o Samoa le pololoto, te a faina o e se mai oso, a fai atu lava wale ai, malena pau o se me ua mawhai. Ma'alata, o le fuia i le si, wafa apena, so leo nai au whengi, wa e lese i tau tala sa'o, e tali ai lo mana'o, wa tele me e lo whamanapa, ai ua le mawhaina tau tala. Ma'alata, o le fuia i le si, wafa apena, so le nai au whengi, wa e lese i tau tala sa'o, e tali ai lo mana'o, wa tele me e no whamanapa, ai ua le mawhaina tau tala.
Lui tau mō le aso. Lui tau wina e pua pua ngā. Challenged by suffering. Tusi mō mua Peteru, lona mata upu e whā, a olona foi upu e se furu maleono. Ai a whai e whaati ngā ina setasi. A wā o ia o le kerisiano. Aua le maa asi ai o ia. A ia vivi i atu i le atua. Ona o lea lava mea. Lui tau wina e pua pua ngā. Challenged by suffering. O Peteru le so o Yesu. O ia lea na tūsia le tusi le nei a Peteru. Na tūsia i le vai taimitonu. O le vevela o sa wanga a le malo Roma. Ona o le whaatua tuanga i le atua. O se tusi sa tusia. Ina ia wha loto tele. Ina ia wha la ei au. Ina ia wha mawhanawhana. Ma ia wha malosi. I kerisiano ua sauaina. Ona o le suwafa o le atua. Whai mai Peteru, i lana tusi, i tangata o loo sauaina, ia vaai i pua pua ngā o Yesu. Ia vaai i a ao Yesu na tutu i whao. Ia vaai i le ao Yesu na whaapaleina i le pale tui tui. Ia vaai i le itu o Yesu na sunu ina i le tau, ai tafe mai le toto. O pua pua ngā o Yesu, ia whai ma whale aonga, i le tangata ua sauaina. Samoa, i o tātou aso, o le sauanga onga onga, o le sauaina o tātou tangata, i le mawhauwhau. O sauanga o upu matala. O sauanga o tuua inga. o sauanga I muinga ma le tau faaleanga I le isi uso a tangata. Fai mai Petero, I lana tusi. Ia avea sauanga, malu I tau o le olanga. Ia avea le saua aina o oe, ona o lou faatuatua. Ia avea le saua aina o oe, ona o le tala elelei. Ia avea le saua aina o oe, ona o le suafa o le atua. E fai malu I tau. I lau tautua ma lau au nanga. I to tonu o le ekalesia. Ia avea lou saua aina. E fai ma faa mafana fana. E fai ma faa la ei au. E fai ma faa loto tele. E fai malu I tau. Mo mea silisili ona o le atua. Fai mai Petero. A saua aina. Mau I le suafa o le atua. Ona faa e aina leo oe. I le ola e faa vavau. Tātou te tāro. Le atua e. A saua aina I mātou ona o lou suafa. A oa o mai I mātou. O lu I tau mea uma. Mōlo mātou wola whaatua-tua. Tātou ia malawa fio I lene yaso ia mātou fe au mangalueng. E manu ia ai mea uma. Lou lava suafa Yesu, lo mātou wali ma lo mātou whaola. Ua mātou tatalo atua I nei. Amen.
With no hope at all. When you touch me, Lord, you healed my soul from sin. Thank you, Jesus. For me, when you touched me, Lord, you lifted me up from valleys, from where I was walking with no hope Ina ua e pai mai ma ave ese mai au mai vanu Ile mea sa o savani ai Sale ai ma so ufa a moe moe Ina ua e pa I mai Na malolo ai Lo ua nganga Yesu faafetai I loa lofa ua o wolai Ina ua e pa I mai Ma ave ese mai au mai vanu Ile mea sa o savani ai Sale ai Ma so ufa a moe moe Ina ua e pa I mai Na malolo ai Lo ua nganga Yesu faafetai I loa lofa ua o olai Pai mai Yesu Toe pai mai I le uanga sala Olo pai mai Lea li ie O te malosi ai Whaau u mama mai Touch me again Oh Lord, touch me I am your singer More of you Touch me, Lord I may be blessed Anointed and clean Pai mai Yesu Toe pai mai I le uanga sala Olo pai mai Lea li ie O te malosi ai Whaau u mama mai Olo pai mai Lea li ie O te malosi ai Whaau u mama mai More of you Touch me, Lord I may be blessed Anointed and clean
In this update, Labour's promising its health policy will make cervical screening free. Its health spokesperson says cervical cancer is almost always preventable with better screening and vaccination. Here's senior political reporter Azaria Howell.
Screening could be accessed through Labour's proposed Medicard, which would come with 3 free doctor's visits a year. It's estimated to cost $21.6 million in the first year, rolled out from October 2027. Screening would be free for the current eligibility age of 25 to 69 years old.
3 men have been found guilty of murdering Waimate man Anaru Moana. A jury's returned verdicts for Hayden Douglas Burt, Aaron Bowden and Cody Boys in the High Court in Christchurch this morning. Courtney Winter has more.
Hayden Douglas Burt and Aaron Bowden were also found guilty of violence, kidnapping and drug charges. Karina Boys was found guilty of injuring with intent. Arunu Moana was last seen 5 days before Christmas in 2021. His body never found. All 4 offenders will be sentenced next month.
Funding woes have left Lifeline no choice but to reduce its hours. It's one of New Zealand's longest-running mental health helplines, with no government support. It's now facing an annual shortfall of more than $2 million. Provider Presbyterian Support Northern is still offering a 7-day service, but reducing the hours to 7 a.m. to midnight. Chief Executive Sean Greaves says this will have a significant impact.
Overnight shift receives the lowest number of calls, but also there's oftentimes some of the toughest calls when people are sometimes having some of their darkest thoughts.
Freedom campers are feeling unfairly targeted in Wanaka. A petition's calling for Beacon Point on Lake Wanaka's shoreline to be removed from the list of 15 areas where freedom camping's allowed. It claims there isn't adequate infrastructure and allowing campers there will cause irreversible environmental damage and pollution. That's news. In sport, Moana Pacifica have snared former All Blacks halfback Augustine Pulu alongside experienced campaigners Nani Laumape and Jimmy Tupou for Super Rugby next year. The return of midfielder Peter Aki highlights the new Blues squad, while the Highlanders have looked to fix 3 problems by naming 7 newbies. Coach Jamie Joseph says they need to nail the tight matches that eluded them last year, allow their youngsters to play with freedom and ensure the second-tier players step up.
When we lose some of our key players, then it's really, really hard to beat the better team. So that goes back to selecting or trying to select a layer of depth.
And Black Caps captain Mitch Satner is adamant there's no time for angst over a first-up T20 loss to the West Indies.
Radio Samoa. Taslima Ivatolu.
Samoa, la le 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 basa, la le le, oe inu ole basa. Samoa, la le 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 basa, la le le, oe inu ole basa.
tine Samoa ya mala mala maleta ina le sua le palua va male sulla tonga ya manatua utukula ngatala voine ya so kasemana ufa ali alimalu aitile fa Samoa wana ole nanu fa amole mole so te filo malu ole tu feel tine Samoa ya mala mala maleta ina le sua le palua va male sulla tonga ya manatua utupula ngatala voine ya so kasemana ufa ali alimanu aitile fa Samoa wana ole nanu fa amole mole so te filo malu now ya emawale poto sili awane ya ona olo lua ia sili loto.
Sifong mali ma ya wino le divang ole Aoauli ma le pese ya foi. Eu vi le leila o mat wa se vanga da Aoauli le so sfuma limo November le no wingo le so fo le fa ya fa linga la e o le Pasifika ma tanto tatau pe o ya le tanto manu ya malausonga miti foi i dai le Tepuke Community Hall e o Tara mai le tu line tasianga i le fa i le fiaf ya o ngana o ki mi ko ngala ngai fa di la pe amara mat ya ko ngwa e mo sa fa ilo o so nga fa di ani foi le wanga man kong ye malau pe po la ma Talvan GNS Steve mala ingale ma to midai le lo mua Australia Canberra mi se foi le to au malo se le Raiders len to titia o siding as champin ai umalo malos e lenga te leva malo to ya posita da Samoa mala inga ma du ya to imbale to anga le fast food mala iva tala oi fast food fast food mala fanta sanga oi fast food lima le fianga ya lilo ya va a Ronnie ole sungalea ile li pula le tanto fal televaina e kele anga siok yeika ko fala a wi matotua ya le me fa manatu le solo na asu soifua ia telepeni fala au e tausia lo soifua ma ia e tupu pe au tafa e leo le anga i lunga lo fa ngana mai le sia java le telu java va tasi ia matoa anga i ustai o le ustai ia mami o le fa fu lo fo ina o lo soifua malau kama java le nga mai lo fa yanga tala van fo ia pasa malelanto vaenga sina leo pali e mo tu male ma futo me le divaenga le Aoauli ma lo la fa yor faiva ia ma lo fo ia le tawa tai le awa le Islanders le wa filfilia mo le dito sanga o le wa fi tu tonu le sunga ya Angus Tavau o Tomas Lavanini Reece Jen Pasitor Dylan Pledger Andrew Newstup o Stanley Solomon Maleli o Xavier Tito Harris ilato o ese o Rohan Wingman o Hayden Michaels Louis Naeta James Ascott Nathan Hasty AJ Faleafanga Lelio Thomas Umanga Jensen ma Sam Gilbert ma Michael Manson le Aola Blues o le wafia tu tonu ia le sunga ya Terrell Peita Bradley Slater Flynn Yates Peter Aki o le Leo Cade Banks James Cameron Rico Simpson Cody Vai Malakai Rampling o ilanto o ese mai le Blues i le tausanga fo o Angus Tavau PJ Schick Ricky Riccatelli Cameron Swafoa Adrian Coates Harry Plummer, Rico Ioane Mehana Grinley, Mark Telea Malelio Rion Paul. Sui fo ia le bona Pasifika pe ona fai lo mai. Lelio Malakai hala ngatai Paula Latu Mamoru Harata Alefosio Aho Jimmy Tupo Dominic Ropetti Tupo Afungia o Augustin Pulu, Fale Toi Penny, Nani Lang Mape Te Vita La Tu, Glenn Vaiho, ma Israel Leota. Ilanto ua le toi filifilia mo le tausanga fau. Elfia ia pone fa musili, James Lay, Sione Mafileo, Abraham Paule, Thomas Imaka, Sama Malolo, Michael Curry, Samuel Slade, Ola Tawelangi, Sione Havili Talitui, Lotu Inisi, Alamanda Motunga, I Ray Papuni, Adi Savea, Aisea Halo, Fine Inisi, Losi Filippo, Neria Formia, Pepasana Pantafilo, Maleli o Kirin, Tau Moe Folau. Ea o Aulana, o lea wa, mai au na whailo mai ala tu sui, ia sui fau, ia ma sui tu wai, o lea tu mawai tonu. Se teimi o na whailo maila, o awa le afoi, alisi o le awa le Hurricanes, ia o le awa le Chiefs, ia antu hai foi, ia ma le awa le Crusaders, ia awa la vale dosi le fia le tatu tado. O le fitu Vanderhof, malo antu le rivango le Aoauli, Charles Yola na wotoe amtalia ngan wenga tuma faiva lo filima ole dei fo ya so to filato o se antole tengi le radio Samoa yes for valmale afa minute o te ai nei le tulai tasi malo ngan lue e malo fo ile on sai tuma ngan wenga pe on ngan panti ai ya lo o to pa ia malo o to mabalu yo ele ko umiano fa ngol ve so lanto wa o adia fo ngal fa ngol ve so wa e fia ua mawhanawhana e fia ni au whala au nawa le toi inumia wa fia foi nawa toi suianto ma toi whao popo
Pangasi o ualanga e papau e tau fono lo ui e afu si o whale o tau patu patu wale ila lo utino ile namu ai o te usulava ma le fia tali ilangi ai o so papala ile namu o alofi vai mafia o se e vai o te lenga fatia si o ulu e momo e tutasi le moa o le fai si o ulu e momo e tutasi le moa o le fai fainga i se a o ngai a pia wai ula vai le kolisi masani le maumanga sasa le tonga fai o le sapelu lava o sia upeni ma sia upea tau ato le ie la sa o iuta e tu si ai o le lafo si ai o le lafo se senga e tau le fetaui i le fufusi o si o uofu ai Ai le ai oni o se mai Si o umiti a futau le ofi O sili ai o na oti Si o umiti a futau le ofi O sili ai o na oti Popo le vale lo uma fau fau O se panga ai o le au Atu vale o si o uloto O tau o so ai o le moe tolo La uma lo me aunga E su e ai se ava La uma lo me aunga E su e ai se ava
last time I walked to the dairy, there was a big dog roaming around. I don't want to get bitten at my age. It's bitter just to have no milk in my tea. My daughter will do the shop for me next week, so I'll just wait till then.
Roaming dogs make kuia like Panisi afraid to leave their homes. If you own a dog, make sure it doesn't roam. For you, your dog, and your neighbours. A message from Auckland Council. Tāmaki Tūriki, Altogether Auckland.
Are you and your whānau fully immunised against measles? Measles is serious. It spreads fast and can cause severe illness. Your best protection is 2 doses of the measles vaccine. So, now's the time to check if you and your whānau have received both doses. If you haven't, it's not too late to catch up. Book your immunisation today. It's free for most people. Find out more at info.health.nz/measles.
Matau te whaia ni fo aroi le aso lava e te fio mai ai i le Shine Dental. Ai e inga whapitoa. Matau te salia le Afterpay, Zip, Q Cards, whapea Wins Quote i le Shine Dental. E whaia fua whatalanoanga ma le ACC i le Shine Dental. Le aise tongi mo whanau i le bao le se furulua i le se furuwalu tusanga i le Shine Dental. Talanoa mai le tongi ina le whainga o nifo i whaunga ai le Zip, Smile Now, Pay Later. Le aise tului i le Shine Dental. A fio mai le 5 Great South Road, Manukau pe wala aule lua fitu ono fafa. Lua fitu ono fafa mo le Shine Dental.
Alofa lava au te roa. O le tala fia ua whaiti nei tausanga mai le ona sefulu lima sefulu wal tausanga le matua le soifua. Ua whaatino i nai polo kalambe o siaki ma wha atonga au po tau whale manawa. E le eise ngaluenga tele te whaia. E au lia lo le lima sefulu walu le lima iwa tausanga le matua o lo soifua. O le alafo fua atu i lau pusa meli ia le pusa. Mosu e suenga ma wha atonga au ma tau whale manawa. Ma wha amanui atu lo waso whanau. Ai o le vaenga e le leiai. O le amo fua pusa ma mea whai ngaluenga mo le nei no ia fa ata ma suenga e tailua tausanga malafu atu se o ina e aulia e fitus fulima tausanga le matua o lo soifua ava veiloa ma mau e suenga ma fa ata nga au po tau fale manava le kanese le amatanga e ma fai ona tonga fitia male manuia e le aise tongi e vave ma fai ngofie o suenga ma fa ata nga au po tau fale manava ma fai ona fa sao ina iola a mau alola pusa fai loa
Radio Samoa. Taslima ivatolu amo.
Bread of life sent down from glory. Many things you were on earth, a holy king, a carpenter. But you are the living word, say it now. Come on.
Alo le soifua manuia le tatou tudu mai le tatou pol kalambio la retole ola le yaso ya fatalo fatu le suafa manu malo tatou le faola o Yesu Kristo. O le tusi kolose tolu fa upe sfuluono fa pea ia nofo le afionga a ke riso i te tonu ia te outou ia tele lava. A le upu moila sule nei fa tumulo mafaufau i le afionga le tua po le upu le tua. Wa yese taimi e ke mafaufau le se mea na e tau mawhai po ngila au fo i ola e tonu lo whanua ia e laku kau ka kipi i lalo ia ele umi fo e laku fo lisi aso wa koe ola e fo i la au le manga o kipi i lalo o le mafua anga ona a tonu mawhainga e kipia i lalo le la au a o a le la au e tu mau pea e ola pea o le la au e mawhai a o ngā koe ka kupu mai a ana o le mele e whai o lo whai a mai kango kipi ia kipi o a inga pe le la au wa ilo e whaatusa whape na ia mei o mawhauwhaunga ngā sala, mawhauwhaunga tuai, sinful thoughts, mawhauwhaunga tuai, e whape ngā whailonga le ngā ioio me mawhauwhaunga tuai ia te oe. O taimi fo ia ke saua ia Yesu, ia ma e whailoa ai male le i whaola Yesu, ma ia whai suinga i lo wolanga. O le mela whai Yesu ia te oe, o le ai makonga suia lo mawhauwhau. o le a e mafaufau I mea fou I le tua winga I le tua o le alofa o le tua ia te oe ia o lona finagalo I lou langa o faamanuiaga le atua I lou langa ke le io mea fou o le e mafaufau aku I le alofa o le e mafaufau aku I le aga lelei o e mafaufau positive ai sea o nga ua ngofo le afioga le atua I kokogu ia te oe o le amaka foi o nga sui o mafaufauga petai e le whapea o le a le ko iai ai ngi mafaufauga tuai e o mai ia te oe mangua e iai le tino o lo iai le kingo le ngei ia o le ku maufo ia o ngā kula ia ki kako ngā kula wha tangata e ui ngā pē I lalo ai ai a kaimi e koe a ngai mai foi lela a ngai mai o le mele ke whaia o lo kango e kipi I lalo whawheronga e kipi I lalo ia ngā tula tuai po meo o mafaufauga tuai o le me kango e whai e whaatumu oe I le upu le tua wa a kumu oe le fionga pa ia le tua o ngā whiua leo le ngā kula kuai e koe ka oso mai o mafaufauga tuai ai oso mai ai kipi I lalo e le upu le tua ai mafua mai la ina ua whaatumu oe I le fionga a le tua whai mai kala kuspa ia nofo le fionga a ke riso I to tonu ia te autou koe sauma le upu whapopo ia tele lava longa ia makua kumu oe I le upu a le tua o siri mo oe le aso le nei o iai sina upu a le tua I lo olanga whai mai kala ka mai ki whai ngai o iai se me ngai leo I lo pa o iskanga kua wheoa ia I leo langa le ai masinga fionga le tua e ngofo I to tonu ia te ia ke lo le lu ila mo oe le aso le nei ai manao e te ola I se olanga manumalo ke lo le me ki malo o le fionga le tua e nofo ia te oe matumu ai oe le tua ia maua le ngā lala o I mātou me se foi o nei atunu ia e whaitau o fionga a wa o ina e pui pui ma fesoa sohani a te I mātou I meo le nei olanga whawhitai Yesu Amen.
le whawhitai mai le hallelujah worship team le rivanga o le Aoauli ma le pese ua tawalunga to i le polkala mina o le arito le ola mo oima ua tātu umalava mai le sunga le whaiwhi au ia pasta la whai le kopa o le Assembly of God i lano i savai o le ama whaiuna to e mose i si o na whaapoponga e le teimi masani i le asoa taiao.
Radio Samoa Tasili mai batolu Amo Radio Samoa Tasili mai batolu Amo
Ua tue se fulu lima minuto lo toen tale o ling tula e lua o tulu me fulu taimi. A wina tue ni sine o tātou wha linga. E ma wha silsilanga fo o tonu mai le official radio Samoa a walo no fsil fia o lisi o wha moi le wha ungo le riva yaso ma le riva i masina o November pe o na tātou o lia. Wha linga ma wha silsilanga mai no ua fio anga e ka le sia a inga wha lapat putonga e to tonu o au kilani nei. E tumoa atu le tātou whaalinga e whapea. O le whaasitilanga mo I lanto umai te punga mai ia talataina no whomaui mai tua tuinga mala talataina. E matawhanga I ulu tongi e yali pata. O lo alalai Samoa, Amerika Samoa. Maso se tafa o le kelope. O le awhaila tātou taladoanga lona lua I le tuantusi o le Church Unlimited Cafe I le tolu pa 5 Teatatu Road I West Auckland I le asto na ia so lusu maliva o November lua a whelu lima e whaiele I le tau se fulu lua I le Aoauli ma tau te wala awan tuai I le awa male whaalano I le paia ma le mamalu I o tau tulanga whaalupe a whiwhio mai matala au mai o lole awai mai o le ale whaatali ai fuafuanga le tātou ainga poto. E mo se whao sili whao sauta I mai, I le olua fitu whanlua o tasi 5 lua ono. Olua fitu whanlua o tasi 5 lua ono pe awhai e te alala I tutonu o New Zealand nei. E awhai e te alala I au se tā lia o le rumera o le o wha tolu lua valawiva iwa lua iwa fitu. O wha tolu lua valawiva iwa lua iwa fitu whautai o lo seinia e talataina valusia talataina le ala I salanoa William Palmer o tuinga malawa lotu talataina mai fopo ono sai Palmer. O le awhia se whaalinga o la e ala Pasifika ma te tau pea po le malu I le te puke o Tara Community Centre. I le so na e o le vai se fola se sfuma 5 leo November mai le tulai tasi le Aoalianga I le whai le fiafi e ma whai ona whai so la e Samoa e whaari ai lau pea po o lau malu e morisi whaamtalanga whao so te iane I le whalatua ia Sabrina Fale I le olua tasi iwa o na tolu o tasi olua tasi iwa o na tolu o tasi ia makua keu wha lelei wha I ila lelei ia lau malu po o lau songa I miti. Awane ngalo sa lo minga o le tusi o le songa antuai ma le se lo minga leo le vau filifili e ma wai wha penga o Samoa I sifo tutuila ma manua o nisi o talatu o Samoa o alanga upu o le matafa I o le matai I le whainga o wha le vrave pe o wha I poiponga ma liu leo se o singo a inga le sile wha inga o paolo o si I wha alo wha langingo I kalesia ma le tele o le gangana o wha alolonga e na o le fitu se fulu ta la le tau. Na o official radio Samoa le tolu pan tolu ono Hobel Avenue Markau e mawa tuai sa lo minga morisi fam talanga bala mai e le lua ono lua tasi 5 I tolu lua ono lua tasi 5 I tolu petra yane I le shopradio.samoa.co.nz shopradio.samoa.co.nz e fai mai heisa o ka fa tai. O le whaasilanga le rei mo le mafutanga a le whianga wa ye e sa fanta I totonu o New Zealand. I le awatele tawa I whaasilsila tuai le awa ma le whaaloalo I le mafutanga alo matama whanau o le rei nu o wa ye e sa fanta e whapea. Whaamalamole whaamanatuantu le tātou mafutanga masani I le stona I neia so valu o November lua whelua 5 I le tulai tasi I le Aoauli e whaiele I le lawa o lutu I manga mau I le 4 le native place I Mangele. A fia mai mutala au mai tātou mafuta ma wha mautuina tātou polokalame o le whai unga o le neitau sanga ai mai seu fuafuanga mo le lua afe lua ono. Talo I alofa le tua ma muri antielo tau soifua I le aso tātou whelo iai lona lofa. Morisi whaamtalanga whaafsota iane ia tātou no mera ia o le lua fitu 5 o tolu tasi tolu. Lua fitu 5 o tolu tasi tolu. Pole o lua tasi o iwa 5 lua valu. O lua tasi o iwa 5 lua valu. Taiolo seinia laulaua fono ala maftanga ala fioanga o vaie I aukilani nei. O leola manuia Zumba. Tangata nua o Tara ma papa toi. O le awhaia launch po le wha la wiloa le ola manuia Zumba I le asfrili nei. Le aso antau le aso fitu o November. E whaia le se fulu I le taiao e tatala le avaromo so seisi e fia a wai. e mawafua le tau mawtanga I le aso a ka maangaia tātou whilo iai le aso whareile I le se fulu le taiao I le tau langa whaatau I Otara a wale whaalau roina na o le tātou wola manuia zumba ia walo wola manuia ia malo soifua malolo ina. Ole vaiaso le ni. Ole vaiaso ua whaingoina o le Measles Immunization Week. Ole vaiaso aptole ni o le tuipui o le misela. Measles Immunization Week. O le misela o se wha I pipisi. E a fiai le whanau whabea tangata mātua. E ono tinga ina e le tangata pe ale whai tete. O le tala fia e mawhaiona fo ia le ni mai. E wha luona whai ia tuipui o le MMR po le measles, mumps and rubella. Mai iwa pasene le pui au oefa pelo ainga o lo yeni sianga va I le whaia fua o le dei tui a whaia te le mai loa po ua mai o na whaia lau tui e ma whaia ne tanga iane lau penga te whaelangi o le info.health.nz/measles e ma whaifua na wha so tai lau fo mai ia po se talavai a leo le na e ma whaia ne vala au I le tātou free vaccination helpline telefoni lea wa ia le fa malama tilina lea o le fainga o le tuile o le misela o le numero o le telefoni o le oval selau lua valu luaiva luono oval selau lua valu luaiva luono au e te fatali ai vala au nei loa o le vaiaso fa mtola di o le tuipui o le misela Measles Immunization Week pui oe pui lau fa nau ma pui ia le topi tonu. Ale tanto fa silsilanga mulumuli le dingaingo le Aoauli a faiwa e fiu e vala au le numero le official consula o lo tapunia le tato official consula ya ono nisi tulanga le malfia mai le tulai se fululua I le Aoauli o le so o le ato e tatalaina I le official consula mo ngā luenga masani I le aso a taiawas whareile aso fitu o Novema lua afe lua lima Ioe, a whaiona ena e alwatu ia o lai tāpuni ele official consula I le so ia pe ua e fiu te wala au iai o le awa avantu le tātou whamana tuolo tāpunia ia le official consula o le tātou malo Samoa I mangele ona onisio fuafuanga e pei ona wha tino iana. O disi nao tātou wha silsilanga o leo tonu mai le ofisa o le tātou wala leo le rivaing o le Aoauli a wala wale longpu I le o longtupa ia malo o to malu wha malo antu ia arona sila ia malalato o whainga luenga le ngata leo lau kamaleo la wina o lau whenua I le piki apu o le meo le Afro Company le Porter Group ia wale sunga ia Solomona ma loa le tawhawhau ia Solomona le asi talo whai ua whai au tui o fulu ki rua wha malama o i o valingi rua whale mapoe
Male peni sun la lai mulinu e tai tu pito ia pia si o un tau langa manaya le fepula fi mai le sami o ta uma fetu le langi wasulungi ia umasia utani a omasa bali le masina se I susulu ia Samoa lo umatulu se I fai ma fia ia la tine matama olo si vai ma pepese matata la to ulele na omae vanela lo oleni na oa umasia upele tangi mai lewati olo otumai imata pele ai omae va masia upele tato oto ai o pese matilo tino atu isisifo olo otumai ai le casino mauna moli pa ata amilongi lo umatulu umatulu se ifai mafia fia mafia fia mana tinde matama olo sisi vai mate pese matata la to ulele na omae vande la lo oleni na oa umasia upele watonu matatau ingoa wapa ingoa Samoa leteni now let Pacifica wafai mamita mitanga ya ita aapea ona lauiloa ile lalo langi atoa walai ona to atele le aumai moa ia Samoa le masina se esusulu ia Samoa lo umatulu umatulu se ifai mafia fia mafia fia mana tinde matama olo sisi vai mate pese matata la to ulele na omae vande la lo oleni na oa umasia upele le masina se esusulu ia Samoa lo umatulu se ifai mafia fia mafia fia mana tinde matama olo sisi vai mate pese matata la to ulele na omae vande la lo oleni na oa umasia upele
Oka la uhani, ola uani pa sili sili te patu saina. Ise apa ela pi, pose pisu pasili, pose masike ke mai piti pasina sa pasui. Oni tamato bani pi. Watoni lau pinangalo tapa haipo ipo avane ile malo
toi whātalo whātui I lau whaafonga anga le nei tū lao le aso, o tātou talafonei o tū whātasia mawinatu e lau Radio Samoa. I talo tomua, ua whaamania to o luani tangata ua whanoola, ina wala vese ta avale na whaimalanga atuai I whaitu o Waikato. I reporti na whaamawina o lungo le Aoauli o le State Highway lua, I karanga hape I le vā o Paeroa Mawaihi, I le pō le aso lulo le nei vai aso, na tūla I ai le nei whaalavilave. Mai whaamawnia na whito ai le ta avale ma se pou moli. Ta ua na wala awane leo leo po le toi lua se fulu minute I le tūlai se fulu ma le lua, I le tūlua o pō mao. Mana mai tawina le tapunia o le awala I le pō a toa, au whaatauteia I loilonga ma suesu e ngā leo leo. I whaamtalanga whaato ato I tatala lava lea whaetu I le tau leo no le tai awana le la. O lo suesu e nei e leo leo le mafuanga na tupuai le nei whaalavilave matautia. I leo o mai o whaamtalanga I le le whaamao ni o nisi o malo le malo, I le whaatino ai o ngā luenga le mata I tuwino o tangata tango fia le awa malosi, e alai le masini feula poluni po le breathalyzer, o lea ua māua le tuina ai o se whaamtalanga o se memo, a le au nanga I o na tangata whai ngā luenga, le mātanga o fio le ne mta upu wari ai mai, ua mātanga ai le ofisa, ma ua whaleanga I nai fo I le vā o le au nanga ma tangata lau tele. Wale ai fo I se tatonunga o tangata I leo leo, taluai le whaamaoni o I lato I le whaatino ai o a lato pito la au. Ma I le alia e ai o le nei whaafita auli o leo ua whai le whai unga le mtanga luenga, e whaamalo sia I leo leo uma o I lato o constables, le au wai ma whaatino a o onga I le whaatautenga sa o le ngā luenga, I le mātai tuina o le tanga fia ai e tangata o avamalo si maisi, e ala I le malamalama le lei ta I ala ma ai inga, le whaonga ina sa o le masini e feula paluni po le breathalyzer. Whamanino e le sui komisino lango ia Joel Rogers, o le whaatautenga o le ngaluenga whaaleo leo I lungo le awala lea o lo o te lea ia fianga, ma whaafita auli, I le tonu masao o le fua whaatatau, o lo au mai, o le fua ina, o le malosi, o le ava malosi, na tau mawhaina e se tangata avita vale, to o telefoi, e le moni I o lato whaamaumaunga e tuina atu I to tonu. Ta ua fo e Rogers I le taimi nei e le o iai se tasi o whaamalo lo mai nei ngai o inga, ai o lo whaasolo suenga whaaloto I whale I tūlanga le ngaluenga I e o lo a fia. Whailo fo I le ono tanga iai I tū tauso ngā tū la fono. Whaamaunia reporti ma le leiti o whaavau malo New Zealand, walongo ina nei le mtanga luengo whela ua inga ma le pūlenga o le New Zealand Transport Agency e mātai tuina nei mata upu. Ma o whaali ai popolenga le afianga I tūlanga o le saonga le mū ma le malupuipui o tangata I lungo o awala. Ai ui I le tūla I mai o le nei whaafita auli, ua whaailoa e leo leo atu I le whaatesi ma le 2 miliona o ilo ilonga mau tutu ma le sao, na whaatino le tausanga tā luai lua o lua wha. Ma whaamawina le maua lalo le numero o whaalavlave e iai whisa o ta inga I le tangawhio o le awa malosi. Inisio tala o lo masalomia nei se ali I whaiwhaiva I mai Hawke's Bay. I lona la foa I po lona tia I ai o le fingota o le paua I le sami I ngātai ane lava o le matahawhanga o le Blackhead Beach. Au whaasolo atu ai loilo ngā leo e tu sai ma le tūla fono whaatonutono o le Fisheries Act. I ripote whaapena sola ese leo lo a fia, ai tā fia I loe leo lana ta vale. Au whaatino sa ililinga leo I lana ta vale na maua ai se la au malosi po o se whana I le itu ainga o le pistol, mani utu tau. Na maua lea li I mapu e whaapango tā, ma mōli ai o ia I le ngai o inga o le whaalavlawe ina I ngā luenga leo. Ma lona o mia whaasotu la fono ai o se la au malosi, mani utu tau. Po le vaenga o tā o le ngangana Britania, o le arrested for obstruction and charged with unlawful possession of firearm and ammunition. Ma ua le ono iai o nisi o molianga tau whai ngā whaiva e ala tu le vaenga le Ministry for Primary Industries po le MPI I le mae a whaamautuina o le numero paua na whangotaina e lea tangata. I tala mulmuli, le mātai tō ina pēo o tūlanga le pepesi ai o le whaamai o le misela inisio I tū o New Zealand ma awhi ai a onga maululunga mkolisi. O lea ua whaamaonia mai le toe fo I ai I le a onga ma potu a onga O le toa tele o whanawa onga o le Wellington Girls College. E ui o lea onga na maua i le toa tolu o i lato wā a fia le whaamai. I whaamtalanga ma le Radio New Zealand e iwa se lau tangata o e na whaapea. Sa la lata atu ma whisootai atu i le tangata wā a fia le misela a o iai le laungato ni ale kolisi. E peitai i le se tala lata mai le au nanga le soifua maloloina na maawai a lato i loilonga. E la ititi lava le li o tangata na whisootai atu iai le atamaita ia onga. E na o i lātou na maua whailonga le launga tongi o le au whaafia ma whaia onga. Whamauina e luas fultolu whanaua onga ma le toa limo whaia onga o lo whaanofo e sea i le teimi nei. Ma e whaali o whanau e le i whaia tui pui pui e te tau ma o lo whaamalo sia le nonofo i le whale. Whamanino e le pūlenga o le aonga o le tāpuni ai o le aonga o se ngai o inga na whaatino ina ia maua le avanoa e sa ili ai e na whisota i atu i le waafia po le vaenga wata o le contact tracing ma sa ili ai tūlanga o iai tui pui pui o whanau. O le vai aso nei o lo whaasolo suenga o le NCEA mo le tō tele o vasenga mātutu o kolisi ma onga maululunga o le atu nuu. O tātou telefona mo le nei tū la whaaftai whaafunga mai.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Radio Samoa streaming live on www.radiosamoa.co.nz.
Contestants, ladies and gentlemen, these are the rules and procedures for our pre-pageant interviews. I wish all the contestants the very best for your presentations. Now, before we proceed with the actual presentations, please allow me to make some housekeeping announcements. Our restroom facilities are on your left when you exit the doors and walk down the hallway. And perhaps, again, one last housekeeping matter. Again, as a courtesy to our contestants and our proceedings, kindly turn off your phones or switch your devices to silent mode. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now proceed with our pre-pageant interviews for the Digicel Miss Samoa Pageant 2025. It is now my pleasure to invite contestant number 1, Miss Samoa New Zealand, Paulina Aviese Taupa'u Soti, to the podium for her presentation. Her topic is Women in Sports and Development, Empowering Women and Girls Through Sports. E au le ina ilau atamaitai. Contestant number 1.
O le ao le toe whaaloina le afa. I le paia ia o tau sunga I whaamasino. Whaapea le paia o sau nei. O te whaatalofa ma whaapeloa I atu le avatele. Talofa lava. E ao le ina I laua te maitai. My topic today is about women in sports development. When I first read my topic to the public, my thoughts went straight to the thrills of sports growing up. Perhaps with a little bit too much enthusiasm, I said tamaiti rather than tamaitai. Ia, whaamalie atu, e poto le tautai, ai se se lana atu I ama. There comes moments in our lives where we will make mistakes. But most important to me is how do we learn from it and how do we recover? How do we use our voice to advocate for others? Therein lies the challenges for women in sports development. I think about the women in sports who have had to face hardships, ridicule, and an unrelenting patriarchal society that tells us, not good enough, not strong enough. Don't be too masoa. I mean, we say whaangatama. Why can't it be whaangatene? Women in sports development is about the contribution of women in both playing and non-playing roles, in governance, health and well-being, in the media, and in advocating for the rights of women, all women and children. When I look to the track record of some of our national men's sports and governing bodies, it begs the question, have we considered the women who are doing the work? Are we ensuring everyone has a fair go irrespective of gender or ability? Sarai Behrman, in her drive to progress football in Samoa, she was faced with incredible opposition and aggression. She was too. Pia poko, they said. But where is she now? She is the head of FIFA in the entire world, defying the odds and reminding us integrity in sports is everything. Gabriela Pelu, an incredible Tamaita'i Samoa, advocating, leading, and challenging the status quo right here in Samoa. Gabrielle not only plays sports, she now coaches, mentors, leads, educates, and inspires young people to do so too, empowering women into paid leadership roles. Malo le finau. Having played rugby myself, I know firsthand the power sports has on and off the field. As an only girl in her family, it made me realize that sisterhood is not only built in blood, it is built in bruised knees and shared laughter after the hardest trainings. And what happens off the field, the discipline to eat well and train hard, is just as powerful as the tries scored. Everything connects. Each try or score is the shared heartbeat of every teammate who ran, tackled, got red carded, lost the ball, missed a tackle. Sport has always needed community, on and off the field. E au ina ilawa tamaita'i. I challenge us all to think deeply about being more open-minded about sports, the pathways, careers, and livelihoods it could bring to our nation. Don't be deterred by the setbacks. Be courageous in your decision-making. Be the woman that cheers on others. And to the men, be the ally who advocates for more women in government, in governance and leadership roles. For all who are watching, be the Samoan who celebrates wins and losses and can accept them and is willing to learn from them. If you give women the chance to deliver in sports, they will not only construct an ina'ilau for Tamaita'i, they will do it for the men, Tamaiti, and everybody else too. But tai te le lava mula uavanua.
Whaftai Tāpena, Miss Samoa, New Zealand, contestant number 1. Could you talk more about the meaning of the Samoan saying, E Aouli na ilaua tamaitai? And how would this saying inspire confidence and resilience among female athletes or women and girls in general?
E au ina ilaua tamaitai translates to women can do anything. The birthplace of the saying was from a Samoan legend of a woman group who won a thatching competition. And from there, it obviously inspired a quote that has lasted centuries since then. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do anything through Christ. I don't think our God discriminates against our gender. I believe that e au ina ilaua tamaitai correlates very well to that scripture, because it is a reminder to us all that there truly is nothing that we cannot do so long as we believe in ourselves. And we have so many examples set to show us that as well. So for me personally, I believe that the saying e au ina ilawa te maitai is not only restricted to women in themselves, but also to the way that women can also inspire the men, the children, and everyone else through their belief in themselves to therefore create a better system in governance and leadership.
My question is this. You've been talking about sports as a means to empower women. Why do you consider sports as an important means? And how will it aid women in their development? Thank you.
This is such a good question for many reasons, but I just want to give reference to the Wawhionga Tausala o Samoa ma le Pasifika, because in her Upu Whaamalosi project and podcast, where she interviewed Gabrielle Abelu herself, who I referenced in my interview, she says that sports is also a mode of advocacy. And that is one of the ways that I believe it can encourage our Tene Samoa especially. Sports is not only about the physical aspects, it's also about what it can do to drive our communities and motivate especially our anganuku. Having played rugby myself, as I also mentioned, I think it's so important to not limit sports to just what you see on TV. A lot of what I enjoyed about my own personal experience with sports was all to do with the background work. The sisterhood that I built was based on the way that we all wanted to work collectively together as a team. You don't want to be the player that doesn't show up for your team on the field, that doesn't eat well, is exhausted easily. You want to make sure that you can hold your weight as everyone else is holding you. And I believe that these values and traits that can carry very well not only into the sports aspect of our women, but also into all other aspects, their personal, their mental, their spiritual, and their social well-being.
Malo Saunoa, Miss New Zealand. Thank you for the explanation of the previous questions. My question is, how do you use this platform to inspire young women or women and have them stay confident in a male-dominant sport?
Thank you for your question. Being from New Zealand, where sport is well and thriving in comparison to our home here in Samoa, I have also witnessed firsthand women emerging into roles that never existed for them only 20 years ago, not that long ago. So the opportunity for evolving is there, it exists, and all it needs is us here in Samoa, is us as Te Maitai Samoa to push sports as once again a mode of advocacy. With the platform that I now have, I love to share my own sports experience. And through those experiences, I've been able to make wonderful connections.
Samoan proverb that reminds us that success is found in harmony. Just as the Senate ring, fishing line, and lure must be equally strong for the fishermen to succeed, so too must our environment, culture, communities work together to ensure the success of tourism in Samoa. The Cherished Halanga Upu speaks to the unity of those from different walks of life, individuals who may not naturally align, yet find strength in the collaboration. It beautifully reflects our gathering today, where we come together not by chance, but by shared purpose and respect. Though we may not have grown up together or know each other before, we now share a bond that is both meaningful and powerful. A sisterhood formed through this journey with fellow contestants. It is a connection to celebrate diversity, unity, and the spirit of togetherness. Distinguished guests, judges, ladies and gentlemen, today I wish to highlight the importance of tourism, a vital source of income of our beautiful Samoa and the Pacific region. Tourism plays a significant role in our economic development, contributing to approximately 50% of our national employment. It opens doors for young people, empowers families, and strengthens communities across our islands. However, as we welcome the world into our treasured islands, we must also be vigilant. Tourism, if not managed sustainably, can threaten our cultural identity, language, and natural resources. The risk of cultural erosion, language loss, and exploitation of our environments is real. And we must act now to protect what makes us unique. Sustainable tourism, a path forward, is not a concept. It is commitment to foresight and responsibility. It means preserving our cultural heritage through music, dance, storytelling, and digital platforms that educate both locals and visitors. Supporting local communities and artisans, drawing inspiration from traditional artworks and materials. Promoting eco-friendly practices that protect our biodiversity and natural landscapes, such as breathtaking Alebata Conservation Area. We should focus on the experiences that truly respect and celebrate our culture, not just use it to make money. Let's support worldwide efforts that encourage eco-friendly places to stay, smart travel choices, and teaching others why it's important to protect our culture and environment. A legacy for future generations. The pursuit of sustainable tourism stems from the desire to build a legacy, one that future generations and cherish and continue. Power lies in our ability to shape the courses of events, and we have just that. As we move forward, let us always remember, Iaonga tasi le futia ma le umele. Let our efforts be united, our purpose aligned, and our vision clear. Ilehava malfalwala fa'aftai.
Talofa Blessing, Miss Elise Clothing Boutique. Whaftai lava mo lausanoanga matangofi. My question for you, Blessing, is along the same lines as what you've already spoken about. As you know, Samoa's cultural traditions and natural beauty are at the heart of our tourism identity. As we grow our tourism and creative industries, how can we ensure that economic development does not compromise our cultural identity and environmental sustainability?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Okay, I'll repeat the question for you. As I said before, it's along the lines of the statements that you've already made in your speech this morning. Our Samoa cultural traditions and natural beauty are at the heart of our tourism identity. As we grow our tourism and creative industries, how can we ensure that economic development does not compromise our cultural identity and environmental sustainability?
Samoa is rich by its own culture. And what makes us unique is to keep our identity, our values, to be passing through generations into another generations. It's not about making money, but it's how you preserve your culture. Ole awala e mawhai ona e whāwawina le pui o tātou wanga nuu wha Samoa. E le ala e lo whatauinga o se oloa po se me tas po se mea ngā whatau lima ina. A ole awala ina ia whaafo ia whaawawa e ona pui o tātou wanga nuu. Ina ia awa tulisi au ngā tupulanga o lo o iai bea ma sustain bea le tātou tourist.
Ja, maar lole so fumanuia Blessing. Ole ngolo suafau whaapnuyanga. Ia malol tau atai. Whaftai mot presentation. Ole alanga upu. The proverb ole ia ungatasi le futia ma le umele. So futia me whaeo na whapeo le cultural heritage. Ole umele ia o isi vaenga tāua ia. So how can the communities and the village council, the women's committee, ito tono no, can work together to promote the culture and creative industries for sustainable tourism? O ani awala fo ilea e so ni ito tono no, ia le wharapitonga e mese fo i nuu malalwhanga e whiso soani lea ia e mese fo i le tātou wanga nuu ia e mese fo i whiso soani le tātou tūlisi ma le ngang whaaloalo.
Whaftai na mawan whapsi. O le alanga upu lea le futia ma le umele e whatitau le se whaangtanga. Atu mai tutono le sustainable tourism. O le onga tasi leo o le natural resources ma turisi anga i mai tutono tatu atunu. Ai atu tutono le wha Samoa ia tatu i awala e whaalelea ia ati le tatu wanga nuu. E alale le pese o lau siva ma le whaamtalainga o tala tuu mai anga mua. Ina ia o mai le temine o la e whaawau pea le tātou wanga nuu. Ma tū mau bele whaawai le mesa iai mua. E a wala mai fo e ala i lau tatau. O le whainga o le ie tonga. So se mea ngā whaitau li mai ne tutono Samoa. E o mai le temine e tupua e le si tamaititi. O lo o whau pea le ne tu ai ngā to inga sosia whaatamau a inga tupu whaatupu tele ili anga nuu Samoa e le ngata I te tono tātou a inga. So se laulawa oa te tono so se tono se lalawhanga ai mai se so se lalulangi atua ina ia tu mau pele whaavai Samoa. O le anga nuu te tono ia tātou e tupu ele tātou malo si anga ma le whaavai mau tu te tono ia te tātou.
You emphasized the urgency of ensuring sustainable tourism so that future generations can also enjoy what we have now. What are your thoughts on introducing sustainable tourism education at the primary school level as opposed to introducing it solely at the tertiary or university level? Do you agree? What would you advise the Ministry of Education and Culture? O lea sa e sau noa I le watatau o na tātou act now. Ina ia whaamauti noa e mawhai e au ngā tupulanga I le lumanai o na lātou enjoyina. Mea le tau te enjoying taingi nei tourism. O lāsau manatu e te tau o na introduce I le sustainable tourism education I lalo le primary level pe alwai pe al tūlanga le il taimi nei whatoa a mata o na study ina ua o le university level. O lāsau whautuanga e avele Ministry of Education I le tūlanga.
It basically we need to protect culture and natural resources. The balancing of economy growth and tourism growth, as we brought into primary schools, the way that we tell them and explore the natural resources and our culture heritage, to understand when they grow up, they still remain in that situation of culture. We change it, our stories through different kind of aspects, our dances, our musics, and also our culture that we still have it today. What we have to make it to a different ways, and my advice to the Ministry of Education, keep our culture wisely. Don't ever change it in whatever kind of ways of tourists that came inside our country and change it. Like our tatau, our siapo, there are so many different ways right now. And I can see, ole a mo watuai matatu ang nuufa Samoa. It's a walang aludue fa atasio tato tangata Samoa, ina ia o mai e turisi mai fafu, o lo paleni, e soifuanga I te tono o tātou atunu. E le ngate le ba ia o tātou lo whanua. E wha a befo le tātou soifua malolo ina. Ina ia tātou tu tupua e, ai fotua e I si aunga tupulanga. O lo tātou wha alawiloa ina bele le tātou anga nuu I tātou whanau. Whaftai lava.
Major weather events have created significant challenges for Auckland, while game-changing transport projects have created massive opportunities. It's time the plan for the city caught up. We need to better protect people and property, enabling more homes where it makes sense, where Aucklanders can walk to the shops, catch the train, or live closer to work. To learn more, visit AK Have Your Say Auckland's Future Housing Plan. Submissions are now open. Brought to you by Auckland Council. Tāmaki Turiki. All together Auckland.
O mana o mie o e pose isi lo a inga se fisoso ani tau whi malanga inga mo New Zealand. Ima ta au pue peo le vaita mai no whanau po anga luem. A whaia lau tali o le ioi, wala au loa Ken Fernieho o the Fern Immigration Services. iai lana laisene, ma o silia ma le se fono lima tausanga o lana tautua. E toa tele tangata o fesosoani iai ken, i mata upu tau fi malanga inga, e awhia i mata upu na o atu le tribunal, ma apili le minister. Tanga iana e le Facebook, ma le upenga te whailangi I Molimau. Mo nisi whamtalanga, wala au mai le Fern Immigration Services, o luatasi, tasi lima tasi, o lima.
Avia maua sosa, Omega ka, Ianga lowi moa, Omega ka, Sabale tau mofie, Omega ka, Fili mai loile Omega ka.
Omega Cars, lua selau Cavendish Drive I Manukau, pole telefoni o iwa lua vitfitu lima walu tasi lua.
Susu mai Manukau ne, Omega ka. Malole keisile Omega ka.
Beta Drive Doctors I le taulanga whaatau I mangele whaapea manrua mo le vainga o so ngase pe amana o mia e whaatino e fo I matupui pui o le whana witi o tupui pui la COVID is full river mo I lato is full on tausanga malunga atu whaapea matupui pui o le flu wala au telefoni lua lima fitu walu lima iwa walu mo so wanoe whaatino ai nei au nanga o fisa fo mai mangele I taftafane o McDonald. Amanrewa I taftafane o Falatusi po le Public Library. Beta Drive Doctors Clinics.
Wa whaatonu lau whanau sia o ngā amata. A whaie te alala I mangele sa sae po o nuu tūtua oi. Whaafafonga le lei mai. O lea wau whantu le whetūta I ala o ngā amata. Le tolu se fulu I tūla e a o ngā fuai whanau. Mai le tasi o I le lima tausanga le mātutua I le vaiaso. I oe. Maua fua fo I tau mawha. Walau lo le whetūta I ala o ngā amata. I le olua tasi tolu lima. Fitu valu iwa fitu. Olua tasi tolu lima. Fitu valu iwa fitu. Mo se avanoa o lo walo.
Tasi lima iwa tolu amo. Radio Samoa.
Pati mai mo tatou sutauwa numero lua le afionga ya Blessings Jane Langa Ali Schuster. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to now welcome to the podium our contestant number 3, Miss Oriana Siva Academy by Nulasi Bash Laupepe. Her topic is Youth Innovation, Promoting a Creative and Innovative Voice of Youth. Oto Leatata Otaulele. Contestant number 3, you have the podium.
They say the most beautiful discoveries are born in moments of surrender. Utaoto leataata otaulelei. These were the words of relief that Fitima Polonga spoke after a long journey of uncertainty. In the stillness of the river, she saw the reflection of what she had been seeking all along. When I think of our Samoan youth today, I see that same reflection. A generation searching, innovating, and daring to find their own taulele in the ripples of challenge and change. Their own personal ata-ata, or reflection, that can be found in times of adversity, in times of struggle, and can be strengthened in the reflections of what make them who they are, the reflections of Samoa. This is the heart of my selected topic, youth innovation. It isn't just about creating masterpieces, It's about the journey of endurance and resilience, the journey that our people know all too well. So today, I will be expanding on how Indigenous knowledge, mentorship, and technology all collectively contribute to promoting a creative and innovative voice of youth in development. Let's first unpack the importance and relevance of Indigenous knowledge. Our ancestors were innovators long before the word even existed. They built canoes and sustained communities with wisdom that still holds value today. My pageant sisters and I had the wonderful opportunity of visiting the Ngāolofa Va'a about last week. We learned about the significance behind its cultural and creative aspects. Seeing the Ngāolofa reminded me of how we came from innovative minds and we came from creative people. We have always been innovative and we have always been creative. Innovation lies within the very practices of our everyday lives. That is where our development began, and that's the strength in where our development will continue. Secondly, mentorship is the bridge that strengthens this journey. Our youth don't just need opportunities, they need guidance. They need someone who would take that leap of faith with them, someone that will offer them advice, and someone who will point them in the right direction. Not to do it for them, but someone to do it with them. The Anofale program is a wonderful example of how mentorship is thriving in the creative context. It nurtures innovation, passes down wisdom, offers direction, and teaches that we thrive when generations walk together. Finally, the use of technology has become a big part of our society. It has shifted the young minds of today and has become a challenge at times. But we must remind our youth that technology is your companion, not your compass. That we must use it to our advantage and not let it use us. When used mindfully, we are able to take our ideas and take our innovative inventions across the world. We have online communities waiting to be reached and limitless opportunities for our youth to thrive. An example is Tala Samoa, who have utilized the digital space to sell local artwork. Not only do they creatively express themselves, but they also profit from their work, adding to the development of Samoa and promoting innovative voice of youth. So to our Tupulanga Talavou, you are not just the leaders of tomorrow, you are the leaders of today. Remember that through the wisdom of our traditions, the strength of mentorship, and the mindful use of technology, Samoa's spirit of innovation evolves within you and your communities. O taoto le ata ata o taulelei. Your taulelei is the future of your family and our Samoa. So the next time you innovate and create, remember to do so proudly and to do so fearlessly. Whaftai te lava.
Tai lava mole tali male presentation mata wofie. Miss Vaisala Hotel, I agree 100% with all the things that you have. Oh, Miss Oriana, sorry, that you have expressed earlier today. But my question is, as much as we embrace the innovative and creativity for our youth, how can you control that without losing values, personal values, family values, societal values, and cultural values in our youth? Because now we're talking about innovative and innovation, finding new ways to help our youth. But how can you control that so you will not lose personal values, family values, societal values, and cultural values?
As I mentioned earlier in my speech, innovation has always been a part of us. It's in the way that we do things. It's a part of our way of life, a part of our Samoa. And innovation or creativity doesn't always have to be super grand or visible. It can also be in the little things that we do. One of the examples that I use for some of my students back in Melbourne is our people, long before technology existed, long before the West came over to Samoa, were able to sustain communities, were able to create a society without, I guess, today's day and age of technology and creativity. We built whales that were climate resilient, and I thought that's a form of creativity. In our Siva Samoa, that's a form of creativity. In our performing arts. So it's not about exactly what you do, but how you do it. And so you can still continue to hold on to what you believe in your principles and in your values, while still being creative at the same time.
Thank you, Ms. Oriana. You've been talking about promoting a creative and innovative voice of youth in development. That's your topic. How can youth development programs, and that is my question, how can youth development programs help to motivate young people? E whaapewhea o na avea polo kalame nei tawati nai, e whesosoani ai I le una I o tupulanga talabou.
I spoke about the Anofale program earlier, and I guess you could say that they're also a youth program, and they help with mentorship and leadership. At the same time, they also help our young Tupulanga Talabo express themselves creatively. When we speak about Samoa's development, we're talking about how we can continue to move forward and form our own sense of sustainability. So within these youth programs, it's building courage within our youth to be able to take that leap of faith into the careers that they want to pursue. And then that contributes to the development of Samoa. It's about encouraging them that whatever it is that you want to pursue, or whatever creative path you want to take, that the opportunities are out there for you. And the mentorship is here to be able to guide you through that. So whatever career they do decide to pursue, going into these youth development programs teaches them the skills and equips them for their future careers. It allows them to have the heart and to have the skills that then will later on contribute to the development of Samoa, because that's what we want to build, right? We want to build a strong youth, because the youth are not just the future leaders, they're the fierce present. They're the ones that are also helping the development of Samoa right now. Whaftai.
Talofa lava painulasi. Samoa, Miss Oriana Siva Academy. Whaftai lava presentation, that was beautiful. On your topic of promoting a creative and innovative youth, voice of youth and development, I want to ask what your views are, or your perception on whether Samoa as a country, our government, our community, is offering enough opportunities and platforms for our youth to contribute to the development of our country. If so, what are those? If not enough, how do you think we can do better as a country?
I will start by saying that there's definitely always room for improvement in any country, Samoa included. We're always looking forward when it comes to Samoa and trying to sustain our nation and continuing to develop our nation, but also staying close to our roots. When I think of the opportunities that our youth have, like I mentioned earlier, our ancestors didn't have grand opportunities. They were able to navigate with what little they had. So having less never meant being less to them. They were innovative with it. And speaking from my own experience, my family is from Tufulele. And so we would always visit every year, and we would come and see my grandparents over here. And it was very interesting for me because I was obviously born outside, but seeing how innovative the kids were and how the parents were with the way that they made food, with the way that they did chores, with the way that they entertained themselves. So it's not always about having grand opportunities, it's about making use of what's already around you. In saying that though, moving forward, when we talk about development or trying to better our Samoa, yes, obviously there's opportunities for us to do better, and the government can help in that. I'll give one example of a family that has done extremely well in utilizing the digital space. And that's the Va'ai Koko farm in Asau. So the Va'ai family were able to export their koko outside to the Whitakers, if anyone's had Whitakers in New Zealand before. So that koko is from here in Samoa. And so they've utilized that. They've used their innovation and they've made profit out of it. But you see, everyone in Samoa has koko, but they've just utilized, what do I have in my backyard that I can offer the world? And I think that's what it is, right? We have the opportunities here. We just need to have the courage and see whether we're willing to take that leap of faith and whether we're willing to take that step forward to help in not just our family's development, but also the development of Samoa. Whakataite lava.
Ia se toi pati mai mo la tātou sui tau wānu me tolu le whionga ia painu lasi, bash le au pepe. So thank you, contestant number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my privilege to invite to the podium our contestant number 4, Miss Vaisala Hotel, to Maita Ea Tiare Sylvia Beetham Va'ai. Her topic is culture, preserve, protect and promote our cultural heritage. You have the podium, contestant number 4.
What is culture? Our culture is our anganufa Samoa, as embodied in the ngangana Samoa, Tu Manga, and our Whaasino Manga. It is centered around the family and Whaamatai. It is expressed through our cultural values of Tautua, Anga Alofa, Maleva Whiaroai. Our culture is who we are. It is our way of life. Seule manu e tanga ingaru. In the context of culture, it cautions us that while we can change, improvise, or enhance our local customs and traditions in order to adapt, we must tread with care so that we do not lose the essence of our culture. Figuratively speaking, the waves or ngalu are external factors that influence our culture, and such waves can either be gentle or destructive like a tsunami. While there are many factors impacting our culture, I will focus on the impacts of technology. Since Samoa became globally connected, technology has influenced our culture. As part of the tech-savvy generation, we have excelled in the use of digital tools such as phones and iPads, and digital platforms such as TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram to enhance our way of life. It has enabled us to communicate and share experiences. It has facilitated participation of families virtually in gatherings such as safa'is, weddings, funerals, and etc. Such is the power of technology, but it has also allowed for cyberbullying and access to uncensored information. With the ease of internet access allowing anonymity, it has become common to use fake pages for personal attacks, reflecting a disregard for our cultural norms of fa'aloalo maleva fa'awhiaroai, leva tapuia. The language online has become ill-mannered, with such fake pages not realizing the effect of their disrespectful words on the victim's mental health and family members. The government should look at the laws that will enable them to close down digital platforms that allow disrespectful language and behavior online. As a country, Samoa should be mindful of the use of masoa, or vulgar language, that is becoming the norm, especially online. The significance of our ngangana fa'aloalo was emphasized by the Minister of Finance in the recent Parliament session when she stated, technology, though if used wisely, can benefit our people. For culture, it can be used to promote and preserve our language, customs, and traditions. The Upu Matala program is a partnership between UNESCO and the Tia Papata Art Center to digitally document, transmit, and revitalize traditional knowledge with a focus on the traditions that may be at risk of being lost. For example, siapo making or afa, coconut sinnet making, carvings. In addition, our existing museums, such as the National Museum at the Cultural Center and the Ifakasa Fine Arts Museum, can benefit from the digital documentaries that go together with displays of our cultural artifacts. This will help sustain our traditions and customs that can be shared with our future generations. Remember, while striving for your goals, keep an eye on the bigger picture so that efforts are not in vain. Steer with care. A Samoan fishing proverb that means snare the bird but be cautious of the wave. From a cultural perspective, be vigilant of the impacts of global influences and the choices we make now at the opportunity cost of losing the essence of our Samoan culture. When you meet people, they would ask you, "Oi, oi, oi so ainga, o felo nu." There are questions that reflect the importance of our culture. Our culture defines us. It is our fasino manga. Vaila wanga nui ni mo watu. Seule manwe tanga I ilengalu. Awa o Samoa e pere tsasi le anganga. Fafitai lava.
Well, Fafitai tiara mole presentation patang fie. Ya, sunga le tosala o vai sala hotel. E seu le manu e tanga I le ngalo. O le tasile o pui whaongai e matai. So what lesson does the proverb teaches us about balancing tradition and modern life? Ile taimi le nei wa ma to sia no e ale ta o le va pole ase le sona ta o e mfaina wa mai ai le langa upulea e seu le manu e tanga ile ngano ile failena ia o ngatasi pea e tulanga lo ia lu ta to ngano ia ma le tau tulu fo ta to ia nei ma le ngang fa lo.
Right. Everything starts at home. So for a lot of us, we are very educated in the Western education, but also very educated in our Samoa at home. For me, I had the privilege of going on scholarship, but at that same time, I lost my culture and my ngana. Because we were always told, you'll have a better job that way. You know, and so coming back home, it really reminded me of always staying rooted and grounded in Samoa. In terms of modernization, we have to adapt, but we cannot lose the essence of our culture with the times of the West. So that's what I would say.
Radio Samoa, tasilima ivatolu.
Radio Samoa.
Tasilima tu amo.
E toi whātalo whātui I lau whaafonga anga le nei tū lau le aso o tātou telefone nei o tū whātasia mawinatu e lau Radio Samoa. I talo to mua, ua whaamania to o lua ni tangata ua whanoola, ina wala vea se ta avale na whaimalanga atuai I whaitu o Waikato. I ripoti na whaamawina o lungo le awala le State Highway lua I karanga hape I le vā o Paeroa ma Waihi I le pō le aso lulo le nei vai aso na tula I ai le nei whaalavilave. Mai whaamaunia na whito ai le taavale ma se poumoli. Ta ua na wala awane leo po le toi lua se fulu minute I le tūlai se fulu ma le lua I le tūlua o pō mao. Mana mai tawina le tapunia o le awala I le pō a toa au whaatautea I loilonga ma suesu e ngā leo. I whaamtalanga whaato ato I tatala lava lea whaetu I le tau leo no le tai awana le la. O lo suesu e nei e leo le mafuanga na tupu ai le nei whaalawilave matautia. I leo o mai o whaamtalanga I le whaamao ni o nisi o malo le malo I le whaatino ai o ngā luenga le mata I tuwina o tangata tango fia le awa malosi e ala I le masini feula poluni po le breathalyzer o lea ua maua le tuina ai o se whaamtalanga o se memo a le au nanga I o na tangata whai ngā luenga le matanga o fio le ne mta upu wari ai mai ua matanga ai le ofisa ma ua whaleanga ina ai fo I le vā o le au nanga ma tangata lau tele. Wale ai fo I se tatununga o tangata I leo taluai le whaamao ni o I lato le whaatino ai o alato pito la au. Ma I le alia e ai o le nei whaafita Aouli o leo ua whai le whai unga le mtanga luenga e whaamalo sia I leo uma o I lato o constables le au wai ma whaatino a o onga I le whaatautainga sa o le ngā luenga I le mātai tuina o le tanga whiai e tangata o avamalo si maisi e ala I le malamalama le leita I ala ma aia inga le whaonga ina sa o le masini e feula paluni po le breathalyzer. Whamanino e le sui komisino lango ia Jill Rogers o le whaatautainga o le ngaluenga whaaleo I lungo le awala lea o lo o te lea I awhianga ma whaafita Aouli I le tonu masao o le fua whaatatau o lo au mai o le fua ina o le malosi o le ava malosi na tau mawhaina e se tangata avita avale te o telefoi e le moni I o lato whaamaumaunga e tuina atu I to tonu. Ta ua fo e Rogers I le taimi nei e le o iai se tasi o whaamalolo mai nei ngā yoinga. Ai o lo o whaasolo suenga whaaloto I whale I tūlanga le ngaluenga I e o lo a fia. Whailo fo I le ono tanga I ai I tū tauso ngā tū la fono. Whaamaunia ripoti ma le leiti o whaavau maloa New Zealand. Walongo ina nei le mtanga luengo whela ua inga ma le pūlenga o le New Zealand Transport Agency e mātai tuina nei mata upu. Ma o whaali ai po pōlenga le awhianga I tūlanga le saonga le mū ma le malupuipui o tangata I lungo o awala. Ai ui I le tūla I mai o le nei whaafita Aouli, ua whaailoa e leo le o atu le whaatesi ma le 2 miliona o ilo ilonga mau tutu ma le sao na whaatino le tausanga tā luai lua o lua wha. Ma whaamawina le maua lalo le numero o whaalawilave e iai whiso o ta inga I le tango fio o le awa malosi. Inisio tala o lo masalo mia nei se ali I whaiwhaiva I mai Hawke's Bay. I lona la foa I polo na tia I ai o le fingota o le paua I le sami. I ngātai ane lava o le mata hawhanga o le Blackhead Beach. A o whaasolo atu ai loilo ngā leo e tu sai ma le tūla fono whaatonutono o le Fisheries Act. I ripote whaapena sola ese leo lo a fia. A e tā fia I loe leo lana ta vale. A o whaatino sa I lilinga leo I lana ta vale na maua ai se la au malosi po o se whana I le itu ainga o le pistol mani utu tau. Na maua lea li I mapu e whaapango tā ma mōli ai o ia I le ngā yoinga o le whaalawlaweina I ngā luenga leo. Ma lona o mia whaasotu la fono ai o se la au malosi mani utu tau. Po le vaenga o tā o le ngangana Peritania o le arrested for obstruction and charged with unlawful possession of firearm and ammunition. Ma ua le ono iai o nisi o molianga tau whai ngā whaiva e ala tu le vaenga le Ministry for Primary Industries po le MPI I le mae a whaamautuina o le numero paua na whangotaina e lea tangata. I tala mulmuli, le mātai tō ina pēo o tūlanga le pepesi ai o le whaamai o le misela inisio I tū o New Zealand ma a awhiai a onga ma olulunga mkolisi. O lea ua whaamaonia mai le toe fo iai I le a onga ma potu a onga o le toa tele o whanau a onga o le Wellington Girls College. E ui o lea a onga na maua I le toa tolu o I lato wa a fia le whaamai. I whaamtalanga ma le Radio New Zealand e iwa se lau tangata o e na whaapea. Sala lata atu ma whisota I atu I le tangata wa fia le misela a o iai le laungato ni ale kolisi. e peitai I le se tala la tamai le au nanga le soifua maloloina na mawai a lātou iloilonga e la ititi lava le li o tangata na fiso tai atu iai le tamai tai a onga. E na oi lātou na maua whailonga le launga tongi o le au whaafiafia ma whai a onga. Whamauina e luas fultolu whanau a onga ma le toa limo whai a onga o lo whaanofo e sea I le teimi nei. Ma e whaali o whanau e le I whaia tui pui pui e te tau ma o lo whaamalo sia le nonofo I le whale. Whamanino e le pūlenga o le a onga o le tāpuni ai o le a onga o se ngai o inga na whaatino ina ia maua le avanoa e sa ili ai e na fisota I atu I le wa afia po le vaenga wata o le contact tracing. Ma sa ili ai tūlanga o iai tui pui pui o whanau. O le vai aso nei o lo whaasolo suenga o le NCEA mo le tō tele o vasenga mātutu o kolisi ma onga maululunga o le atu nuu. O tātou telefona mo le nei tū la whaaftai whaafunga mai tō whaafefua.
Radio Samoa. Taslima Ivatolu. Ama.
This is a follow-up question on what Judge number 4 had touched on. How does this message reflect the values and identity of our community? How does this message reflect the values and identity of our community?
Like my dear sister, contestant number 3 said, we thrive when we work together. And because we are community-based, it's in our culture, it's in our blood. We are not individualistic. That's never been the case for us Samoans. And so for my theme, which is my message, it's nga ilingalu, that as we're continuously striving to be better, to develop, may we never lose our essence. May we never lose the culture of the values of our culture, our ainga, the wafia luai. So it's very evident. It's in our culture. So that's what I would say. Thank you very much.
What is the application to what you are talking about? How can we apply this? This is it comes with a warning. How can you apply this in reality?
How I apply that is through technology, as I mentioned. I touched about cyberbullying. We have all grown up with the values of Aoauli, Maliva, Tapuia. And recently, I've been reading posts online where they speak vulgarly about our contestants. And that isn't Samoa. It is Aoauli. So that's how I would apply this saying to technology, is that it will lofa. Where is the love in diminishing each other? Because when we grew up, it was all based on lofa, fa'alualu, malivafi luai. And so that's what's applicable for today, is to be mindful that wherever we go, we represent our ngu'u ikale sia, mamakoa inga. And that's what I would say to that question, Whaftai lava. Yes, ito e pati mai mo lau tau sui tau wāni le whā, le whionga ia Tiare, Sylvia, Beef and Va'ai. Thank you, contestant number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to now call to the podium your contestant number 5, Miss Samoa USA, Amaryllis Savannah Moana Manuma. Her topic is preventing violence, addressing the root causes of violence in society. Le alamea. Contestant number 5, you have the podium.
Abe se vai ta fele file mu belutiane ile aso.
Shh! Lan me ke pisa ele felo. Oi o la ku o e velo I fafo. Does that sound familiar? Ia tātou whiuwhi whaamanungase a tātou alo ma whānau. Ai mai se fo'i o tātou tīnā ma te maitapi. Ai awa tātou whiuwhi manungase I whaafita uli e a whia ai o lātou soifua. E ala ma sauanga I te tonu o a inga. Somewhere along the way, we began to protect the perpetrator more than the victim. As if keeping peace mattered more than seeking justice. Imagine with me for a moment that 10 of my pageant sisters are little girls growing up here in Samoa. 9 of them will have experienced violence in their homes. That means that only 1 of them will know what it feels like to feel love aside from hurt. That one child should not be the exception. She should be the norm. But the truth is, violence has become something too many of our children accept as part of life. We often say, e fofo e le alamea. The remedy lies within. Though I was born and raised in the United States, I'm not oblivious to the challenges our people face here in Samoa. Violence may look different from one place to another, but its wounds feel the same. I have watched shame and fear silence the very voices that should be heard. And I know that the strength of our culture, the love, the community, the faith, also holds the power to heal. When we talk about violence, we often think of physical harm, but it hides in words, in silence, in shame, and in fear. It grows as we accept it as normal when we look away or when we stay quiet because it's uncomfortable to speak. Those quiet moments can pass from one generation to another. Let us remember that it is not only our children who suffer. Across Samoa, 1/3 of women have faced violence in their own homes. Often, the very people meant to protect them. For some, home is not a place of safety, but of survival. This is not Fa Samoa, this is not us. Our elders teach us that healing begins at home. But how can one heal where love and fear share the same space? It begins with the courage to speak, to listen, and to choose kindness even when anger feels easier. Preventing violence means reclaiming what fa'aloalo truly means, honoring one another through care and accountability. There are already villages leading by example. In Vai'e'e, a village in Safata, the community has taken a firm stand with a zero-tolerance policy for violence. That's leadership rooted in love. It shows us that change is possible when a community decides enough is enough. But village leadership must be matched by national support. Across Samoa, there are 51 districts, each receiving 2 million tala in government funding. Imagine if even a small portion of that was dedicated to creating safe refuge homes within each district. Places where victims could run to, rest, and rebuild their lives with dignity. Because healing cannot happen if there's nowhere safe to go. We can begin by teaching our children that love doesn't hurt.
by checking in on our neighbors and supporting programs that remind us that prevention begins with conversation and community action. If one person can change how they speak, how they discipline, and how they love, that's where the cycle starts to break. So a better way we can address the noise during loko afiafi might be, vai o shokamba, a koe whaile loko afiafi, file mu mawhaalo alo. The power to heal is already in our hands, in our homes, our schools, our churches, and our villages. So today, I'm not just asking us to stop violence, I'm asking us to heal together. To remember that peace is not something we wait for, it's something we create. Because our children are watching, and they deserve to inherit a Samoa that reflects the warmth, protection, and love that our culture was built on. A lelele matangi, sisi le la fala. Aya luka luka le tai, sisi le la afa. When the winds are calm, raise the light sail, and when the seas are rough, rise the strong sail. It is time for us to rise and to heal. Awhai wa yaise tū po seanga, o le tau te maali'i I la o tō sila Samoa. Ia mālu ave I whale o tō finangalo. O upo le atunuu, e poto lawa le tū le tautai, ai atoa ia I lona waa. Whawhetai.
Preventing violence. And addressing root causes. Hello. Huh? Can be disruptive. Paftai lava mole folsanga. Ola ufasili. Ea foi. O te leo polokalame o le fatino e malo, even families, societies, and that. What is your perception of the current practices being undertaken by government, by local bodies, even by families? E tau mawhai, e tinei ai le tūlanga leo le violence. And what do you think, personally? Are they effective, useful? And if not, what could be one solution that you can offer, assist, curb by le whawhitauli lea?
Thank you. There are many programs that are already in place, as you've mentioned. For example, the Samoa Victim Support Group. That's one that's in place, and it's a refuge home that victims can go to and seek safe spaces so that they can begin their healing process as well. There are also campaigns that have been started, like the 16 Days of Healing and things like that. But in the grander scheme of things, there's always something that can be improved, something that can be made better for our people. And I think if more of the funding that was given to those who are starting these programs or starting these campaigns was allocated to making things better, such as providing more spaces for these women to be able to go to, that would be something that could be a solution as well. Thank you.
Mahalo lava Amaryllis, Miss Samoa, USA. Thank you for your presentation. E ese lava le matango fio le ala ngā upu lea ua e filia mai. E fofo le ala mea. And I think therein lies the answer to the question I'm about to ask you, please. Can you describe one of the root causes of violence here in Samoa? And if you were to be Miss Samoa, what would you do? How would you use your platform to help eradicate or minimize that root cause?
If le alamea. The alamea is a fish, and it's one that has a it has spikes on one side and then a sponge on the other side. And it's said that if you step on the alamea spikes, that same alamea can heal you. And so when you're asking how can, or what is one of the root causes of violence here in Samoa, it's become more prevalent to me that short tempers, that's one of them, but also another prevalent one is alcohol abuse. And something that can, if I was crowned as Miss Samoa, that I would help to create a solution for is to again push these districts to allocate a specific amount of those funds, whether it be 200,000, 20,000, something to help our people to create more of these refugee places so that women and children who are being abused can have that safe place to run to within their own districts or within their own villages. Thank you.
Malo Vaftai Amaryllis, Manuele presentation. So how can the Samoa Leanganu help in reducing the violence? And why is it important to address the root causes rather than just responding to violent acts? Ole ale taua pole afoi le sosoani ale Samoa. Ia e tau whaititi ai a whaafita au leo sa wanga lo iai nei. A pole afo le taua o le tau whai e tangai le a the root causes o le tūlanga e mafuai. Ia e le na o le pina tupu mai lava matali ia na whaapanga ino ai lea. Malangang whaaloalo.
Our culture is built on love, respect, and service. There's a va that we always talk about, a sacred space between a man and a woman, mother, father, their children. And sometimes when that va pea solingere va, that's when these violent acts begin to happen. Parents see their children as ones who should just respect them, and then it's not a two-way street. So I think we need to go back to the basics. Remember that respect is, again, a two-way street, that if we want our children to respect us, we also have to respect them, and that we have to teach within our home these basic values of love, culture, and service, and help our children to be able to set those examples when they go forth and out into other communities. Thank you.
Ia se toi a mai se tātou pati tere le nā mo lau sauta wā numero 5 le awhionga ia Amaryllis, Savannah, Moana, Manuma. So thank you very much, contestant number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium your contestant number 6, Miss Tapa Creations Maruseana Olivia Kelsey Sititi. Her topic is climate change resilience, building a resilient Samoa by thinking global but acting local. Ia Vivili Fa'amanu Matangi, contestant number 6, you have the floor.
When a bird flies against the wind, it does not keep its wings open for long. Instead, it tucks its wings in and spins, vivili, until the storm passes. Today, the winds we face are just not in the sky. They come in many forms: rising seas that erode our coastlines, cyclones that challenge the strength of our homes, and droughts that threaten our crops and water supply. These are the manifestations of climate change, and Samoa stands at its front lines. But resilience in the face of climate change is not merely about surviving the storm. It is about preparing for it, adapting to it, and transforming through it. It is about having the courage to confront change and the wisdom to respond with care, unity, and foresight. Resilience lives in our families who rebuild stronger homes after each disaster. It thrives in our villages. It grows in our young people who learn not only from textbooks, but from the wisdom of their elders. It is found when we blend traditional knowledge with modern science, because both are essential to safeguarding our future. Our ancestors were keen observers of the natural world. They read the ocean's mood, the whispers of the winds, the guidance of the stars, and even the smallest sounds of the nature. When the alisi, or crickets, chirped loudly, they knew it was a shift in temperature or season was approaching. When the atafa, or frigate birds, flew low and restlessly over the sea, they understood that the storm was near. This knowledge was not recorded in books. It was written in the rhythm of life, passed down through generations who lived in harmony. Today, climate scientists use satellites and data modules to forecast weather patterns, but our elders had their own science, grounded in observation, experience, and spiritual connection. When we unite these two forms of knowledge, traditional and Western, we build a more complete understanding of resilience, one that honors our past and equips us for our future. Yet resilience does not begin with governments or policies. It begins with our people. We may be limited in material resources, but our greatest resources, and will always be, our people. It is our people who embody resilience every single day. Our strength as a nation lies in not what we possess, but in who we are. It is the same faith that has guided our people through every storm, because we believe that when the winds rise, so too does God's presence among us. Our resilience is not only physical, it is spiritual. And just like the bird that spins through the wind, Samoa continues to rise, not in isolation, but in solidarity with our Pacific brothers and sisters. We share the same ocean, the same challenges, and the same hope. Samoa e pele tsasi le anganga. So as we face the winds of change, I hold close the wisdom of our ancestors, the faith of our families, and the strength of our people. We may be a small island, but we carry an ocean of resilience among us. When the world grows stormy, Samoa will not spread its wings in fear. We will, vivili fa'amanu matangi, like the bird, spin through the winds with courage, faith, and love. Because resilience is our story and Samoa is our heart. Whaatai te lava.
Malo, Miss Tapa Creation. Climate change is a topic that has been at the forefront of discussions worldwide for many years. Significant funding has been directed towards efforts to combat and mitigate the impacts of climate change and to enhance resilience in Samoa. You mentioned that resilience does not begin with policies. It begins with our people. In your view, have there been any positive changes in Samoa as a result of these efforts, these funds that have been poured into our country to address resilience and climate change? And do you think that we need more money to address climate change resilience, or is it just a matter of us changing how we think, our mentalities and our attitudes, so that we can live more sustainably?
In my perspective, I do feel that we have a lot of projects already that help with climate change resilience. For one, we have the Ngawalofa, for example. They have the Guardians project. For this project, they include young primary kids and they take them out to the sea, not only as a way to explore, but as a way to learn about the impacts and the effects of our coral reefs and the environment amongst us. Another project that we have is within SPREP, having the capacity building project, where we learn and develop skills to solve issues such as climate change. But in saying that, I do feel that we need more money involved in terms of solving climate change, only because we can do a lot, but we need more.
Test. After tele lava mole presentation matango fi. O leo te whaanongolongo atu I lau saunoanga e winga I me mawhaiona tātou whaia. But my question is, you know, and everybody knows very well Samoa is a beautiful country. And we are blessed with all kinds of natural resources. But the problem is, and the challenge we're facing right now, we're very vulnerable to climate change. And sometimes one voice can fall onto deaf ears. Nobody cares about our individual voice. But my question now is, you in that platform as Miss Samoa, how can we promote environmental protection, sustainability, and resilience in our own country? Whawhewhia ona whaonga I le platform le Miss Samoa. E mawhai ona e whaalawi loa atu ia mele o le puipuinga o le tātou sisi o manga ia me mawhai na whai tātou tangata through your platform. How can you do that?
For me personally, I'd always start from within our homes first. My parents have always taught me, so if we are made aware first within our families by saving electricity, saving water, picking up the rubbish, that is a good start to understanding sustainability, especially in regards to our environment. Another way that I would use the platform is by encouraging our church communities to use Aonga Sosa, Autalavo, Awhai Pese Fo'i to raise awareness of climate change. I also think that there's no one way in learning the impacts of climate change. You know, in my speech I mentioned it's not just through textbooks, but like my sister has mentioned, we are innovators. So we can use music, we can use dance, we can use performing arts, as well as traditional knowledge to understand the impacts of climate change. That is how I would use my platform to help our community understand more about climate change. Paptai.
Paptai, Ms. Tapa Creation. My question is almost along the same line as this, the questions that you've been asked, but slight curve. How can thinking globally and acting locally aid in building a resilient Samoa? We have, officials going across to meetings and things like that. And maybe you've heard of the Kyoto Protocol and all those other important, decisions that have been made at the bigger level. So how can you apply those so that it would aid Samoa in its own development and that it would guard it and also protect it from the changes of climate that we are experiencing, and we are definitely going through that right now. So that's my question.
I think it's important for us to understand that what we do locally, it ripples across the whole world, across the Pacific Ocean. Climate change has been an ongoing issue for us because of how much it has an impact on our environment, our biodiversity, our economy, as well as our health. For example, here in Samoa, we face rise in temperature. This rise in temperature leads to heat exhaustion or heat stroke, which affects our health. In Kiribati, they face a rise in sea level. This rise in sea level leads to damage to the environment with more salt water moving further inland. But it's so important that we adopt Kyoto's way of challenging climate change, because it too can help us here at home. At the same time, never lose sight of what we're doing here locally, because it can make a global impact. Papatai.
Ia si toe mai lava stata patipatire nā mo lo sita wā numero 1 ia le afionga ia Marusiana Olivia Kelsey Sititi. So thank you very much, our contestant number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to now come to this side of the table, and I am very happy to invite to the podium our contestant number 7. Ia o lau suitau wā langoina Miss Lavage. Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon. Your contestant number 7, Miss Samoa Queensland, Le Fionga ia Larona Janelle Tivoli. Her topic is media awareness, the role of the media to inform Samoa. Tata longo masifau. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your contestant number 7 to the podium.
Long ago, the sound of the drum echoed through the valleys of Samoa. A sacred call for our people to gather, to listen, to unite, and to act. That drum belonged to the Masifau, a village whose voice carried strength, love, courage, and truth. When our ancestors said, Tata longo masifau, it was never a call to speak. It was a reminder of responsibility. A call to use our voices, not for noise, but for purpose. Not to divide, but to unite. Today, our drums have changed. They are no longer carved from wood, but built from screens and signals. Our voices travel not through valleys, but through the digital winds of Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Yet the purpose remains unchanged, to awaken our people, to inform with truth, and to preserve our identity in a changing world. Did you know that according to the Media Council of Samoa, 70% of Samoans now rely on social media as their main source of news? 70%. That means the drum of Masifau now beats through every post, every caption, every story we share. But my question to you is, what kind of messages are we sounding? Are we echoing truth or confusion? Are we raising awareness or simply raising noise? I stand before you as a great-granddaughter of Lawaki Namulaulu Māmoe, the leader of Samoa's first Mawapule movement. He did not fight with weapons, he fought with words. Truthful, fearless, unbroken. He believed that the voice of a person is sacred,
that when truth is spoken, freedom follows. And even when his voice was exiled, his message still crossed oceans. Samoa must always stand for truth. Ole malolea, Samoa uaea, e wine teleta sanga utataipe, ole vai ole na tulangi, Samoa elene, wa au mai fa'aliali. Today, we face a new kind of struggle, not for land, not for independence, but for truth in the digital age. Our screens can either build bridges or burn them. Our words can either heal or harm. And yet too few initiatives in Samoa teach digital etiquette rooted in whāaloalo, lotunu'u, and whaasinomanga. There is a silence where our values should speak. So how do we align our online voices with the heartbeat of Samoa? We begin by remembering that our voice is not just sound, it is identity, duty, and power. When our elders once said, "Tāta longa masewhau," they weren't merely asking us to speak. They were reminding us to speak with purpose. Our voice must now become the drum. A rhythm that raises awareness, spreads knowledge, and empowers the next generation to lead with truth and compassion. Because when we are informed, we are unstoppable. When we speak truthfully, we build unity. And when we use our voice with love and respect, we honor the flame our ancestors left burning for us. The Miss Samoa pageant theme reminds us, o Samoa e pele tasi I le anganga, o le wawai muiti iti le la mepa I le maseneia. My beloved Samoa is likened to the wick of the lamp that we must keep alight. This flame represents our voices, our truth, our culture, and our responsibility to keep the light of Samoa burning, even in a world that scrolls too fast to listen. Let this light be our reminder to speak with integrity, to share with purpose, and to inform with love. For as long as we keep this flame alive, the flame of love, honesty, and unity and faith, Samoa will never fall silent. So let us beat the drum again and let our light shine for the world to see. Soifua, maia manuia Samoa, lau atunu pele.
Lava Larona, thank you for your beautiful presentation. So your topic is on the role of the media here in Samoa to inform. And you've also touched on how 70% of our people now get their news from a lot more different sources, mainly online platforms. My question to you, Larona, is what are your views on how we can make the media more responsible for cyberbullying that's going on? You've heard a lot of the other contestants touch on the issue of cyberbullying and how it is a very prevalent issue here in Samoa and our media's role in that. What are your views on how we can hold the media responsible for that?
The values of a Samoan person is rooted in whāaloalo, tautua, and alofa. If we remember the values of what we hold and what we carry, we will know that what we put online is something more impactful than social media itself. If we remember to spread the love that we give out, lead by example, it would, Samoa would be a more safer space to share love and positivity. It can empower people, it can inspire people, and it can also unite us as Samoans. Tai lava.
Whaftai na wana mole presentation ni Fuyaso. Ole media Samoa. So Samoa uses radio, television, newspapers, and social media to share the information with the public. But what ways can the media support Samoa's development and also promote transparency and accountability in our country? Ole tāua o le teimile nei le whaasoa o i ngā wala e whaasalau ai a whamatalanga, le ngata i leitio ma televise, ma newspaper, tātou social media, pe o le Facebook, ma isi vaenga. A o ani vaenga e soani ai i a le media i le anti nae o le antunu. Ia mane tūlanga e te tau o na pae manino, ma pae lau fola i le tūlanga e na ia meise ai a vaenga lo tula I mai le antunu. Ia po le asa utali I le vaenga lea ia malenga whaaloalo.
Sorry, could you just repeat that one more time, please?
Okay. So Samoa uses radio, television, newspapers, and all the social media. But what ways can the media support the Samoa's development and also promote transparency and accountability in our country?
Media is the window to the outside world. So it connects us to more opportunities. If used right, media could be used in a positive way. It balances freedom with responsibility, and it shows the reflection of our values. We should guide how social media uses to inspire us and media is a bridge between leaders and our communities. We must remember to always use it in a positive way. Pasati lava.
My question is, can you either in a good way or a bad way? And how did that incident change how you see Okay, my question is, can you share a time when words shared online affected you, either in a good way or a bad way? And how did that incident change how you see the power of words? Did it affect how you think or live your life?
Social media is a big thing. We can't control what people say or do. There are people that use it in a negative way, but it's up to us whether we want to take it in a positive way and learn from it or ignore it, or we can use it and let it get to us. Social media, everyone will use it in their own way, and with the big platform, there are a bit of negativity now and then, but majority of them is positive. I choose to not let that affect me as a person, and I just look to my great-great-grandfather, Lawaki Namaruulu Mamoe, who used his words as a strength. He didn't use weapons, but his oratory inspired people, and he was a voice for the voiceless. I look to him as an inspiration, and I try to carry that with me every time. And with his help, I never let social media get to me, and I always use it in a positive way. Whakataite lava.
Alofa Samoa, Aoauli nei o kasu tialu, Aoauli suia lingila o le kio. Eva mai ina se furu lima iwa kolu, Amo, Radio Samoa, Vevela A.
Just think a minute. It could change everything.
Think a minute. A guy was complaining to his friend about his wife's nagging. He said, all my wife does is talk, 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 talk. His friend asked, well, what does she talk about? He answered, I don't know, she don't say. You'd think that with 2 ears and 1 mouth, we'd all be twice as good listeners as talkers, but not so. Research shows that we usually listen to only 20% of what others say to us. Yet good listening is one of the easiest, most important ways to be successful, whether it's in our job and career, our marriage, with our children, or with our friends. It's interesting that even though we can't actually shut our ears, we somehow still manage to. We listen only to what we want to. But when we don't listen closely to others, we not only hurt them, we hurt ourselves. There are 3 important things we need to do when we listen to others. The first is observation. Use your eyes and look at them. It's just common courtesy and respect. Take your eyes off the TV, newspaper, or whatever else, and give that person your attention. The second part of listening is concentration. Many of us are guilty of looking someone in the eye, pretending we're listening, when our mind is actually miles away. Also, when someone's talking to us, we shouldn't interrupt them or just be thinking about what we want to say. Hear them out. Listen to everything they have to say before you respond. The third and probably most important part of listening is consideration. This means using your heart. Really care about what that person is feeling and going through. Don't just hear the person's words, but try to understand their feelings. People usually know if we're really interested and care about what they're saying. This means we're even willing to change something about ourselves if it's hurting them. Jesus Christ said that if we really listen and understand what He's told us, then we'll actually change and start doing it. So why not listen to your Maker today? He'll help you care enough to give an ear to others. So not only will they be happier, but you yourself will enjoy the success that comes from being a good listener. Just think a minute.
Radio Samoa, tasilima ibatolu, amo.
Radio Samoa, tasilima ibatolu, amo.
Ole tsemile kule wan tile Radio Samoa le mutwe lima miru tuna tale ole July 5 malulu atu ua umalate militatu bafutangeli mai atu ya le fa'ataladoida o tausala ya posuito vana o le sailinga o tausala o Samoa le rifo i yaso fione mai mo yei lunga o le Facebook a le TV Taxi Samoa nei a wina tu sa mo yei i le nei vai o le fiafi e pena amtalia mai i se temi o le awoni o le so ja, we tau longa tu ina mas tau mo Samoa le ia so tofi mantango fiele sulu mai o le la mango ia tātou tanga mea ia masei whai ia tātou whiau I ta wha mauta tātou ta whanau. Ala singana wale tau tamali ila tātou mautanga lofana tua, te atu lo tau soifua, ea malo mantu wala te au tātou toi whitapa i lunga pe au mangalu le ea, mangalo iso mantu leo lo titi whitama, o leo sao le baila sao le fionga ia li antou savea, ma le pula kalame o le ngā ngai fo whaiva pe mai a tātou tala, mai anturu o le Pasifika, ma le lalolangi, e pe o le tāpena mai eil whalitua ia Miriama alala toa Pomari. Mori e tele le vaing o le fiafi, ioi, e alu I te savali, ioi, matatua so pulou, e a matatua wha leisa o whanguvai, ai a whai o naiti ngā wa au, ea, e mwhina e alu swimming pool, o le makua manga I o le swimming pool, I le savali, ioi, ai, ma fo iai, pe ia la what happened.
So on the valley level, mutu I live, valley male fight le valley le na o me valley le tashe fe. So ya no foi le wosi, se lava o oti, se le na o le sa sui le o me le na sala. So ya no foi le wosi, se lava o oti, se le na o le sa sui le o me le na sala. So say tafa so ina o si o nei tu si e vala awina ua tumolo ato ni mo si va rock and roll ai wanga lo ya o le papio Samoa o moni o si va o le malama so o inu tu ma la fanga I want my way to say face so far me talanga pe why fear si fo ilava o le cha se lava o oti, se le na o sa sui le o le na sala. So ya foi le osi, se lava o oti, se le na o sa sui le o le na sala.